There we go. Ooh. We've got a hidden room here. Alright, so we're gonna start some investigative work here, I suppose. What do we got here? Hold A to open. Okay. I'm really hoping we go through some sort of tutorial, because right now... Yeah, right now I've got no idea what's going on. So hold to jump across.
New hands-on.
Oh,
he's
nice.
playing the first 16
So this dude
minutes.
is agile.
No, he's not playing 16 minutes. He's playing an hour's worth of the game. Now, we've only seen the first 16 minutes of this playthrough with Batwoman. And we're going to go and see it now with Robin. I'm glad he actually chose Robin because I want to see more of him. I want to see more Robin. I want to see some of that stealth stuff. Now, he's not, like, he's just starting, like, you know, like we would when we first get our hands on it. So he's not going to know how to play Robin, like, right off the bat. But still. I'm glad he chose Robin.
Oh, no. Langstrom is no longer among the living. Any idea where his office is?
I remember reading that Langstrom's office is in Moulton Hall on the 3rd floor.
Thanks, Belfry.
So I wanted to make sure you guys know that as I'm recording this, I'm kind of streaming it from their end. So the feedback that I'm getting from the gameplay is not as responsive as if I were playing it on a console or directly on a PC in my house. I'm not sure how this is going to end up being at the end of the recording. Just know that there's a little bit of a lag between myself and the host. Okay? But I will try my best. We're going to try and get the grapple going here. Ooh, this is sweet.
Someone left the balcony doors open on the 3rd floor. Body cam recording.
Oh, we've got a vending machine here. That's nice. Some snacks. Okay. Search for Langstrom's office.
This must be it. The police didn't spend much time here. This must not be where Langstrom died.
Ooh. Alright, so hold to use the AR targeting. Aim at the reticle to scan highlighted objects.
What
I
are
like
these
this.
marks? They look new.
Alright, so we're gonna follow the trail, I suppose. Follow the trail.
Have you found anything, Robin? I've got absolute jack shit here.
There's something here for sure. I just need to piece it all together.
You need backup. Can't just let you spend all night in the library writing up theories.
I'm fine, Red Hood.
Right.
What up, Fat Turtle?
Be careful. And if you need backup,
I'll call you. What happened in here?
Exactly my question. So I wonder if, since we're playing with 4 different characters and we can choose from 4 different characters, I wonder if I were to choose Red Hood, I'm doing something completely different. You know what I mean?
This is clearly where Langstrom died. The GCPD abandoned this scene pretty quickly.
If
Do they
whoever
just
you
not
are,
care
like right now,
anymore?
Robin, he's gonna act differently than every other character.
Langstrom appears to have been attacked
So
at his
to get the
workstation.
most out of the game, you're
Blood
gonna
loss
want to
was
play the whole
significant.
game with everybody to see what their reactions would be.
Signs of a struggle. Then whoever did this pinned him to
Which
the
I like.
wall.
I like the fact that the cutscenes are never the same. They're always gonna be different.
Langstrom dragged himself towards that cabinet before he died. Why wouldn't he go to the door?
Maybe something important is in that cabinet, Robin. Hold on. Hold down to use AR targeting, aim the reticle, and scan the highlighted objects.
Is that a hidden door?
Ooh.
Langstrom was hiding something behind this cabinet.
What? Hold on. What do we have here? Tutorial. Investigating
What up,
crime
geek?
scenes.
I
Investigate
can't
the
wait
crime
for this
scene.
game. I finally
Search for
pre-ordered
evidence
today so I
and
can get the
uncover the
pre-order
truth.
rewards. Hell yeah, man.
Use the L stick to explore the crime scene with
I
the
know,
cursor.
man. I'm so hyped. for
Important items will be identified by a
this.
magnifying
We're a little over 2 weeks
icon.
away.
Alright, so find a way to open the door, the hidden door.
But the fact
Which
that the
input
embargo
device
lifted,
unlocks the hidden door.
we're starting
What
to act, we're
is
gonna see a
Langstrom's
lot
secret
of
passcode.
content that we desperately
There's
need.
a
phone number.
There's a lot. Like
I don't
want to see
recognize the
more
area
Robin.
code.
I want to see like high level
Okay, so
gameplay
we
of
gotta
Robin.
hit X, the Passcode is 127. A sticky note on the back of this notebook has a North American phone number written on it. The area code is 127. North American area codes are not permitted to begin with 1. Okay. I really like this whole...
must have been a movie buff. Maybe the release date is significant.
I really like this whole investigative thing. This is pretty cool.
Langstrom has a microwave in here. I doubt this place is food safe. Wait, is it modded?
An old microwave. The keypad is modified with computer parts not typically found in this sort of appliance. The display has room for 3 digits. So, okay. So this is connected to probably 127. Let's try this. Perfect.
There we go. Now let's see what Langstrom took this much trouble to hide.
Find a way to open up the hidden door. Explore the hidden space. All right, but hold on. Hold on a second. I thought I could use the other stuff. Like the thermostat or whatnot. Okay. What the hell do we have down here? Yo, this is wild. What is this? What is going on here? I love this whole mystery behind this right now.
What is all this?
What the fuck?
Holy unethical research. Dr. Langstrom was hiding some serious skeletons down here.
Oh my god. What do we have here?
Langstrom's workstation. There must be something I can use.
Are those is that a dog? What is that? Disgusting. All right, so organic material collected from various animal samples seem to be primarily sourced from creatures in Langstrom's lab tanks. Notes also mention fatty tissue from a dolphin, teneric skin cells, and orangutan saliva. All right, man, this dude is weird.
A hard drive. If it's back here with the sketchy research, it probably has something good on it. Or something very bad.
Probably not.
I'm heading out. The police missed plenty here. Some weird marks on the walls, a hidden lab. I found a hard drive that might help us figure out what Langstrom was up to.
Sounds good. See you back here soon.
The fire alarm. That definitely wasn't me.
Smashy, smashy, smashy. No one will never fool you again. Dialogue is pretty bad here.
We're about to get some action. I love how the subtitle says freak. All right,
what's up, Diego?
What
up, Godslave?
The moment we've all been waiting for. Time for melee attacks. Ooh, okay.
Now's as good a night as any for the freaks to ride.
Gangs have been tightening their grip on Gotham since Batman stopped showing up. The freaks want the neighborhood to know they're in control.
They better cut their party short.
I can't focus on torching this place with all that racket! Turn off the...
Let's go!
Make memes out of that.
Clear out all
They're
the
causing
freaks.
one heck of a ruckus.
And the Hummel Hall. Not a problem. Oh, I can use that to scan them as well. That's awesome. Sneak up on unaware enemy, dispatch them with a silent takedown. What the fuck?
Never saw me coming.
That's awesome. All right, here we go.
Something lights on fire.
Shush.
Hey, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun story to go through,
Hey, look
man.
up here! I'm a professor of...
Ooh. Oh, baby. Nice. Tap to perch.
Not
Tap
good,
AR.
guys.
That's right. They won't know I'm here.
Who's gonna do what, right? Are you kidding me right now?
Are the fumes getting to you, buddy?
Silent takedown.
Time for your nap.
That's right, baby.
Just like Batman.
Yo, this is so sick.
Smash, smash!
Brings back memories. So we get a bonus if we remain undetected. And now for the grand finale. Oh, we can actually grab. Guys, this is really fun. All right, here we go.
Why are you freaks so against higher education?
What's up, sucker?
Enjoying the fireworks.
All right. Oh, shit. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Let's go.
At this rate, the whole building is coming down.
When I
Very
first
nice.
saw this game, I wanted a main Robin. I just didn't
bunch
see
of
enough.
freaks.
The whole teleporting Robin, I
we're
want
gonna
to see
have to
more
save
of
the
that.
hostages.
They didn't do a good job at showing that off. It looks kind of.
Then again, it never is.
But I've always
To
wanted
reach
more
the
Robin
library,
gameplay. I want to see
I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can.
Can anyone hear me? Help! They won't let us go!
I know he's more like the stealthy.
Here we go, baby. Let's do this.
Robin.
Thought it'd end like this.
Let's go, baby. All right.
Batgirl main for life. She dummy. That's good. God, she got cake.
No. The combat is really fun. So far, the combat is really fun.
You were unbelievable. Freeze! Don't move! Steve,
Oh,
Guy.
well, hello there, big guy.
Broken.
These are broken.
Let's see if you'll break too.
Hurry, get somewhere safe.
Uh-oh. Guys, he pulled out the 50-pounder. We ought to be careful. All right, so how do we fight brutes?
You're gonna bleed.
Hold heavy melee attacks and guard breaks abilities can get through enemy defenses, leaving them vulnerable. Oh. You ain't that bad.
You like Red Hood because of the weapons? Yeah, Red Hood is probably the most popular one that people.
You've got to be kidding me.
Nightwing comes at second,
Paramedics are inbound. Are you okay?
Robin third, and
Not
Batgirl
bad,
fourth.
just a wild night. I'll head back with Langstrom's hard drive, see if we can learn why he was killed.
What a sucker. That was really cool.
With the cakes on
That
Batgirl,
was
though,
cool.
she should have a higher percentage.
All right.
Here we go. I don't think we've seen after
The
this.
Batcycle. You can call the Batcycle whenever.
Where were you thinking of?
Say what?
That might be a little risky.
Whenever you're near a road. Hold on. Let me just take a look at this. This is so cool.
I got some wild news today. You won't believe it.
Really? What?
No way.
Here we go.
That's some billionaire shit. Oh boy. Back computers, GPS system Malazio, okay. Follow the
All right,
arrows.
on my way back to the Belfry, with a present.
We're here. I can't wait to see what you have.
This is pretty sweet. What's going on here? Oh, God. All right, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to go ahead and disturb the peace. That's not what good guys do. I'm just going to follow the arrows. I figured it's probably going to be the best way. Once we start playing the full game for ourselves here on the channel, we'll be exploring and doing a whole lot more. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. All right. Well, I'm terrible. Oh, my God. Yo, can I pop a wheelie? Yo, let's go. Oh, my God. What is this? Man, I'm fooling around too much. Okay, here we go.
I think you jump over it, right? Ah, okay, you just gotta do it.
No shot.
Why is he driving the speed limit? I know, huh?
Are you guys bad or what? Yeah? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Let me just kick some ass here. I gotta do the extra credit too, you know what I mean?
Try harder than that.
No shot. That's cool. Okay. You can do a ranged attack on this thing too. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Auto lock.
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me eject. I like the way it ejects, man. That's so sweet. Can I please get a nice thumbnail in peace?
What up, Keys?
Wow. That's just so
Which character
cool.
you went to main for full game?
I'm just giving you guys a little
Nightwing.
bit more
Nightwing. It was
gameplay
up.
so you guys can
It was
see
either
what it looks
Nightwing
like.
or Red Hood. But I ended up going with Nightwing.
So that's how we get inside the okay.
What about you guys? Let me know in chat. What are you guys gonna main? Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, or Robin?
Nice work grabbing that drive from Langstrom's lab.
The whole gang
Do you
is
have
here.
any idea of what killed Langstrom yet?
Hard to say much until these
Batgirl or
computers
Nightwing
are
if
up
I
and
buy?
running. Or we can examine the body, but for
Batgirl,
what it's
'cause
worth,
she's-
my gut says we're dealing with a who.
She's the
Not a
most
what.
balanced one, and she's kind of like Batman. And she got them cakes. I guess I hear Nightwing's gonna have some cakes too.
Once we can get at the data, we can figure out what our next move is.
I'm going out. I'm not gonna sit and wait for whatever this shit is.
We're waiting for intel, Jason. Once we have it, then we'll go.
Got some drama already.
Move. I'm gonna solve this case my way.
Uh-oh.
Stop it! He wanted us to work this together.
Red Hood's like Raphael. He's the one that's like the hot-headed one, huh?
Whatever. It's making this harder than it has to be, kid.
Kind of sounds like Bruce Wayne.
I guess, since we're waiting anyway, we might as well take another look at what Bruce had on Langstrom. Crap. That must have been the secondary breaker. The primary went out months ago. I thought the backup would hold.
I got it.
No need.
Ah.
I've put in a small fix that should hold for a while. Wasn't sure you were coming, Alfred.
I'll always be here when you need me, Master Richard. When any
My
of
fat
you
turtle, you say
need me.
Nightwing in honor of my childhood obsession for his story
I'm
and
glad
growth
you're
that
here.
eventually led him to take over the Batman.
As am I, Master Tim. This place does need work.
Robin agreed.
Damn it. We've got activity all over the city.
Sweet. Looks like my plan wins.
Hold up. We still need the intel. And Alfred can't exactly set this place up alone.
Oh my god, they're
Indeed,
also...
Miss Gordon.
They are the Ninja Turtles.
I have a list of
almost
supplies
exactly the
with me.
color. Yeah,
I
we're
could
just
do it
missing
on my
Robin.
own,
If Robin had
but
like orange.
It would be faster if I had help.
You can count on us, Alfred. We'll divvy it up. Let's finish what Bruce started.
Yeah, Robin just need a little orange on him.
All right. So, open the abilities menu and spend ability points to unlock the perfect evade. Ability points, leveling up your character awards ability points that can be spent to learn new abilities. Spending ability points also unlocks access to new abilities. All right, so the perfect evade. This is what we need to get. All right, so momentum abilities. As you continue your investigation, each hero can unlock unique momentum abilities. Use the momentum ability, RT, menu to view and unlock conditions. Momentum abilities. You just unlocked your first momentum ability, which is a unique to each character and requires momentum to activate. When ready, the ability icon in the lower right corner of the screen will change. To use momentum ability, hold RB plus the assigned button. Oh, cool. Let's talk to Red Hood here.
Langstrom's secret lab was kind of creepy, but also really cool. What about the quarry? Did you find anything interesting there?
If by interesting you mean useless piles of rocks in an abandoned site, then yeah. That hard drive better give us some answers, or we'll be back to square one.
Langstrom wouldn't have gone through all the trouble of encrypting the drive if it didn't contain something important. And with all of us on the case, I'm sure we could figure it out.
We should be out there getting answers, not sitting around waiting. Damn it. Why did Bruce have to hide this from us?
I should have known something was wrong. If he had just talked to me, maybe...
Maybe he'd still be alive. Or maybe you'd be dead too.
I guess we'll never know.
The UI and menus ugly as shit.
Promise me that if you do find something, you'll share it. We're a team, Jason.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and explore here a little bit. Seems to have a second floor up top. What do we have here? Is this the spot where we all hang out and watch TV? Hold on. What is this?
He's been keeping up to date with all the pictures they've been releasing. I like that he's exploring around.
It, that Dr. Langstrom would keep such important research on a single external drive.
I like it when they do it like this, where it starts to basically the headquarters starts off all rusty, and as slowly as you progress through the campaign, the story, it starts to get more better and better and better. So finally,
it could be something he made himself.
Marvel's Avengers did the same thing.
Why would we want a sample of Langstrom's lab goop?
Ooh, the training area.
Science is so gross sometimes.
Okay, so we've got... All right, let's try advanced. Something a little bit more. Yeah, look, perfect evade. Practice dodge timing to master perfect evade. Ooh. Hello
Physical and mental preparation go hand in hand.
Oh,
Here,
Batman.
we can train the mind to prepare the body. But it requires deep focus. Let go of your grief and concentrate on my voice.
That voice, though. Damn.
Time your dodge to create an opening for a powerful counterattack.
Performing a perfect evade gives you the opportunity to follow up with a powerful perfect attack counter. Wait until the right moment. See the image. And taps B
so
to
we
perfect
are
evade,
going to
then strike
see
an enemy. Perfect attack.
So it looks like the person training you in these little tutorials is Batman.
Come on, do something.
I like that.
You came to the wrong neighborhood.
Was that his voice? Like when he has a suit on, you know, it kind of changes his voice. Because this is not the same Batman from Arkham, the Arkham series. This is a different universe. A lot of people think that this is the same. This is the continuation to the last game that came out. This is not.
Sweet. All right, one more. All right, hold on. Nice.
Yeah, it reminds me of Ben Affleck.
That's pretty cool. So this is basically everything we've done.
It
We're
sounds like
doing
he's
everything
using a
we
voice
just
changer.
unlocked. So dealing damage and
Which is more
performing perfect
realistic.
evades adds to your momentum
But
bar.
I guess
Attack enemies
I'm like
to
we
gain
all
momentum.
are used to that. You know, iconic Batman voice. Which I would have preferred the iconic Batman voice.
Let's see what we can do with the momentum. There we go. Whoa. What was that? What is that?
Is that like an AI to distract people?
What does that do? Oh, I think it's
Yeah,
a
it is.
hologram. Dealing damage and performing perfect evades adds to your momentum bar. Okay, hold on.
That could come real useful if you're facing like a real powerful boss.
Sweet. All right.
You can just pull that out when you're about to do one of their big moves.
What an idiot. Gain momentum one more time.
What up, Octobers? The reason his voice is like that is because he's kind of like a hologram. It could be, yeah.
This is good.
Listen
This is
to
good.
the Goon's voice as well. Okay.
I like it.
Oh, you're right.
That's cool.
The voices from the other guy, they sound like robotic.
As expected. Well done.
You're right.
Someday, you'll surpass even me.
Not much, man. Just excited the fact that we're getting so much new gameplay now, more footage.
All right,
2 weeks
guys.
away.
We are now playing with
Who you maining?
Batgirl.
Who you gonna main, Octobers?
We are a little bit into the future of the story, it seems like.
Going for
And we've
Nightwing.
got to return now to the Belfry. I would assume maybe dropping down here. Oh,
push the
man,
Batgirl.
that is cool. Oh, baby, let's go. So how do I go through the bottom or? Let me see what we got in here. I think it's through the
What
bottom.
up, Papa Wheelie?
Maybe I'll head
What's
to the
going on,
Gotham
man?
Galleria. At least they've got air conditioning.
Good luck, Batgirl.
Hey, they talk
Like
to
the
you. I
stream if you guys
See
are
if we
hyped
can-
for Gotham Knights, man.
If we can go up here and find some exploration options here. Let's see. I'm really enjoying the whole traversing aspect of this game so far. The whole open world. Apparently, there's some sort of secret door here that we can enter.
I was going for Batgirl, but Robin will be the first pick.
Belfry.
Ah, okay, okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna find this secret door here, guys. Ooh, could that be it? Ah.
So Harley contacted Batman using, I don't know, a homing pigeon and a USB drive? And that's how we got this video? Babs, help?
Do we think it's legit? Bruce never talked to me about it.
When Bruce worked with criminals, he didn't exactly keep us in the loop.
Yeah, it's not you, Tim. But it's also not crazy to think that Harley made this up.
Just play it, and we'll know.
Hiya, Betsy. Been a while. It's weird, because I heard a rumor that you were dead.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I got what you wanted.
Oh
Hope
boy.
that ain't what got you dead. So come visit me at Blackgate. Ooh.
Wait. Hasn't Harley Quinn been out of Gotham ever since, you know, her ex?
Killed me? Isn't that what you meant? Rumor has it she did some government thing. Went straight-ish. She's got something.
Then we go find Harley. Now.
Alrighty.
I think that's why Red Hood looks
Sounds like a plan, team.
the way he does, because he was brought back to life in the Lazarus pit.
Do you think this Harley
The
thing
Joker
is
killed him,
really
and then they
worth
brought him back to
following
life.
up on?
I think that's why he
Harley
looks like
may be
that.
out of her mind, but
A
it's
lot of people give
brilliant mind.
this game shit because
She
of
helped
how
a lot
ugly
of
Red
people
Hood
before she got,
looks.
Sidetracked?
But if you take into the
Yeah,
consideration
but
that he was
why would
dead
she
and they
help
brought him back to
Batman?
life, how do you think
Or
a
us?
dead person's gonna look when you
Bruce
bring him
always
back
tried
to
to
life,
give
right?
criminals a chance to rehabilitate. Maybe she was thinking about going legit. For all of 2 seconds.
Seemed like the Joker is still alive, but wonder what he's up to. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, you know they're gonna do something with him.
Let's.
I still think that Batman's not dead. I think he's still alive. Either this is all part of his plan, or Batman is, you know, being brainwashed, and he might be one of the
What is
Court of
happening?
Owls members.
Batgirl can now glide using her cape. Are you kidding me? Okay. That's fun. And this is the unflinching heavy strikes. Nice. Increase Batgirl's critical damage by 20%. Oh, I like this. Crafting. Oh. Oh my god. This is cool as shit.
Oh crap.
Let's
There's
go.
a success rate on
Common
it?
suit that when well crafted provides increased momentum generation. Oh man, this is sick. I love this right here. I love this. That's the color I like right there. That is very, very nice. Yes, perfect. No way, dude. That is so cool. You could change the symbol.
Hello.
Leave that one. The gloves.
I'm liking
those on.
that.
Man, this is really cool.
That's real cool.
Like,
I'm
this
digging
is
that.
really, really cool. Wow. This is much better. What the heck? Loadout. Styles. No way.
Like a bat out of hell.
Let's go, baby. We can finally glide. Dude. This is so sick.
Definitely gives me Batman vibes.
Wow.
I really hope Batman is like a playable character.
Hold on, I want to get up top and see what this looks like up here. No, look at this.
Ooh, nice.
This is beautiful. This is really cool. The world feels very open, which is something I was really hoping for, I guess we can say that. And I'm really happy that's the case. Let me see what happens when we nosedive. Very, very cool.
It just one thing I will admit, the world it looks dead.
Very, very cool.
Like it looked more alive in Gotham Arkham Knight.
Oh my god. Hold on, hold on. Stealth attack, you say? I don't think so. Oh! Whoa, what the heck was that? Hey, Batgirl's here!
Yeah, I don't think this is the main story.
No.
And I don't think we even. I think you're right. We didn't even see the prologue.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
This was probably a really bad idea to try to kill these guys.
We're finally seeing some gameplay for some pretty.
That is fucking cool. I got pretty slapped up. Not even gonna lie at certain moments there, but what matters is that was cool. That was really cool.
Way tougher opponents. Well, I mean, they were more.
All right.
I guess they were a higher level, so it took a while for him to kill him.
A lot of bad people in there, and not all behind bars. Those guards don't look too friendly.
It's not like we can just walk through the front door like Batman used to.
We'll just take the back door then, wherever that is.
Oh, okay. Can we just do this? Let's see. Where is the back door? Is it here? I think we're on the right path. There we go.
Watch your step. Blackgate is super old.
Gotham City.
I wonder how much he got paid because it's a bad
What do
act.
we have here?
That's how Hollow is.
Investigate
He's
this
like
a
this
little
with
bit.
every game.
I'm assuming we're going this
I
way.
think it's like really hard for Hollow to dislike a
Stealthy
game.
time. Right through the cracks of the wall. Find a way into the prison.
What the? You guys saw? Is that a bug?
What is this?
Well, he definitely ignored that bug.
Oh, nice. Examine. A scrawled message. Over a century ago, the daughter of another of Gotham's most affluent families sought to speak the truth. Millie Jane Cobblepot saw her corrupt family members for who they truly were and tried to expose them. I'm not going to read everything there. You guys can feel free to pause it and read it, because I'm going to leave all the reading for when we do play the full game, because you know we like to do all that. Wow, man, I love the way the cape looks too, huh?
What up, a boogie? Yeah, he's got the dev build, so
I'm trying to play this portion
who knows
slowly,
what else?
so it's a bit more
so
cinematic.
They could have cut out a lot of stuff. We just gave him a little demo.
Gotta go up there.
Belfry, I'm in. Time to find Harley.
The X on her map corresponds to cell block
G, what up,
3
G?
past Nexus
Bro, winning an Oscar.
processing. The guards have withdrawn their patrols from that block.
I guess he doesn't want to,
Meaning
like, you
anything
know,
goes in there. Got it.
critique
I'll
it
tread
hard,
carefully.
because then he won't get the companies won't send him the games in advance.
What's going on here?
'Cause we saw that bug, the water bug, and we didn't even mention it at all.
Spotted
and just ignored it.
Sure he can. We're getting more rabbits every day. I'm not paid enough for this shit.
None of us are. We'll stuff him in solitary and then send the doc in to take a look at him.
Dare I say Marvel's Avengers better?
Can't stand that
No.
guy.
You know this is
We're doing it.
Temp is gonna buy him 2
Just on the simple fact that this game is an open world and your friends can just come in and out. That's what's really making it. Now, will it be buggy? We don't know. I hope not.
Oh, hold on, grab.
If Marvel's Avengers had like an open world and you can jump in and out, that would be a game changer.
Oh, I like that. Oh, you can just grab on command.
But a lot of people are going to be comparing this to Marvel's Avengers. A lot.
Now we're going to follow the cursor here.
And they're also going to be
We're
comparing
going to explore a lot more again once we play the full game for ourselves here. We're a little bit limited on time. So.
You know he's already dead, right? Yeah, but I'm not.
To be honest,
yet.
Avengers gameplay looks better, but this story.
I love how these guys are like
right
higher
there.
level than I am. Or at least it seems that way. Oh man, this is so sick.
Was that Harley on the PA?
But this game don't have 4-player co-op. You're right. It doesn't. You think so, right?
Well,
you think so because of all the characters. But there's not that many groups of enemies. Have you ever seen them
right
fight
here.
a big group of enemies? You don't really see that in this one. In Gotham Knights, I mean in Arkham Knight,
man, this is so
the
sick.
last Batman game, he was fighting like 30 people.
Party balloons and a riot? Harley can't be far.
I guess right here.
All right.
Like, you know, if there was
Here we go,
4-player
baby.
co-op, it was just, there wouldn't be enough
Let's do
enemies
this.
for everybody, right?
Oh damn, they're
I
throwing
hope there's like
Molotovs
a
now,
raid
too.
type of thing where they build, that's where 4 players can go in.
Avoid taking damage. Oh, that's fantastic. Can I grab?
Not by a long shot.
The combat looks nice, yeah. I just want to see them fight like a hard level, you know?
Close call there. I wonder if the enemies that I can grab are the ones that are like in some sort of like dizzy state or whatever. Oh, Batgirl's fun. She's really fun to use.
What a warm welcome, Harley.
I like this because it gives you different play styles, right? You can play with all sorts of characters. And it's not like you choose a character and then you're stuck. You can just keep choosing different ones. It's really nice.
He's not playing on the highest level, no. Or the other thing, it could be like, since it's the beginning of the game, it's still like basically you're in the tutorial. And then later on, you're finally gonna get the higher the level of the mobs, the more they're gonna be attacking you and just.
If it isn't,
But that's what we need to see, because what we're seeing,
you here for chat?
constantly been seeing is just stuff like where they're easily
I
getting
got ice
defeated.
cream. Oh yeah, that's definitely why I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Was it too much to ask for you to visit earlier?
You have some information for Batman. What is it?
Wait a second. This means the Bats is dead. For real? Well then. He asked me to profile some criminals. On account of me being a brilliant psychiatrist.
with the added experience of being an actual criminal.
Hey! I am not a criminal. I'm misunderstood.
No more games.
Did
Harley.
Caboose come out
Show
with a
me what
video?
you've got.
Where he's playing with the dev? Or did he just talk that he said? I would love to watch that one.
Everything is in this book.
Ooh,
But
nice.
I'm missing
I
my
think the only one that I watched
piece de
for Gotham
resistance.
Knights.
I need you to follow up on this here card. That'll make it perfect.
Or
Just wait till Black Friday when it's like
you
80%
could
off
just
to
give
go
me
and play it.
the whole book.
It should be down in records. Okay? Bye. Oh, and records are in the basement. Just head on through.
Taking orders from Harley Quinn. Yeah, this is definitely what I studied library sciences for.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Beats! You
What up, boys? Clear the inmates from the corridor.
Rando's coming in.
Now they're attacking.
Let's go, baby.
Don't keep me waiting.
I'm digging the combat. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. All right, Central Yard. Here we go.
It's getting bad out there.
What up, boys? Houston, we got a problem. We gotta take out the guys with the guns first, right?
No!
All right, he's out. Can I grab him? There we go.
Let go of her now.
Perfect.
Let go of her now.
Sweet. Are we going through here? Yeah.
The dialogue, man.
There was an elevator back by processing. That probably leads to the basement.
It's like, what were they thinking when they made some of this dialogue? Like NPC dialogue.
Ooh, spooky. Oh, what the?
That's what I want to know.
What the hell? Let's go.
Tonight is looking up. This is your last.
Armored attacks can only be interrupted by piercing abilities such as Batarang Barrage. Gaining momentum.
This is fun, hero.
Oh my god. We're gonna have to do heavy attacks. There he goes. No! Did we just unlock that, by the way?
Feels like a punching bag. Bag.
Very nice.
That's mommy for real.
Need to get over here now.
Let's check that out.
What up, boys?
She was thick though.
Batgirl, your little game is...
Oh my god.
Hey,
This ends tonight, Batgirl.
Since I'm streaming this while I'm recording, it's a little bit delayed, so I can't time the parries or the counters as effectively as if I were playing it directly from the source here at home. You know what? I don't even need to fight them, to be honest. I don't even have to fight them. That's the best thing about it all. It's not needed. It's wanted, but it's not needed. I would like to kick their ass.
You mean no one's gonna stop us?
The guards got their hands full, and I heard Batman ain't doing nothing no more.
Possibilities are endless.
Oh, there's a brute right there.
I thought
you were supposed to be good at this.
What happened to this freak? Something's wrong.
Get up with the high. This ain't your lucky day, Batgirl.
Oh God, what do we do here? Oh my God.
That's a weirdo move.
Watch this.
Let's go, baby.
Too obvious.
This is the same brute, the same type of brute enemy that we took down with Robin, so at least we're familiar with that. What do we got here? Locate the records room. I gotta pose for the camera a little bit, you know?
Harley likes to string people along, but she wouldn't have sent me here for no reason.
Right.
What up,
did
7?
she
That's
want me
official.
to find?
Also, I heard there's a lot more to come.
Check the card catalog.
Oh, yeah, the embargo was lifted,
On the other
so
side.
we're about to get a lot. And I think that the early reviews are going to be coming out soon. So
Scan the card catalog. Okay.
I'm
we
hoping
gotta
like
do this.
anything below a 7 is going to get me worried.
Analyzing.
Interesting.
What do we have here? Bonus. Find and examine marked items.
Aha. This must
And
be
for the
what
people
Harley
wondering,
was
you can
looking
take off
for.
the health bars,
That's
like
one
on
out
the
of 4,
enemies, so
I
you
would
don't have to
assume.
see that. That's nice.
Oh no, that's the actual
I think
file.
I've got what Harley wanted. Now to get her to give me that book.
All right, so I don't have a lot of
What this
time,
has to do with Batman's investigation.
and we'll do this when we play the full game again. We'll do the bonus or whatever. But right now, I'm running actually pretty low on time, so we're gonna go straight back to where we're headed, which is Nexus.
Make sure you guys hit that
Let
like
you know
button
you
if you're
feel
enjoying the stream, guys. Really helps out the channel a lot.
All right, is there something over here? No. Ooh, crates.
Ah, there's little crates in there, huh?
Wonder what Harley wants from that particular record.
No telling what Harley's thinking, but I'm sure she has a good reason.
Are they gonna have like little Riddler trophies hitting all over the map? Was that confirmed?
All right, how do we get out of here?
I can't
Doesn't
leave these
necessarily have to be
criminals
Riddler
alone for
trophies,
1
but-
second.
All right, can I just?
All right, so you can take that all off. All right.
All right, now you guys can keep
You're
fighting.
in prison. Where do you need to be?
That cave screwed up.
Whoa. What happened here?
Oh, I think this is the Harley Quinn boss fight, right?
I've only got 3 med kits, so I'm a little nervous.
Oh, you got med kits.
What's to come?
Harley. Ah. You're back. Am I done running errands?
Gibby.
One dead says only one Riddler question mark? Huh. The boss fight comes later on? Okay.
Now, how will I get this to you? Wait. I know.
really can't ever do anything the easy way, can you, Harley?
Yeah. Wow.
All available guards to red block.
Play nice.
She got this.
You ain't playing around.
Oh, I'm not playing around at all. Oh my god.
Damn, that took a lot of health.
Good.
So they don't attack a lot, but when they do attack and if they hit you, look at how fast your health goes down. Damn.
Oh god. No health left, dude. Oh my god. What? No way.
You gotta get good, man. You gotta get good. That's why upgrading your gear is gonna be very important.
All right, hopefully that hit her good.
Too slow.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Cannot wait for this game.
Nice. Oof, more health.
You ready for the
So you can literally play on easy mode? So you can choose a
What
difficulty?
now?
Ah, okay. That's weird.
Now, what part of this did Batman actually ask for?
Hiya, brat girl. Miss me.
Harley?
Was he forced to play as Batgirl? Because he started off as Robin.
Worry about that.
Did he not like playing as Robin? What happened there? I forgot.
She just... Yep, she hung up.
The most infamous, if not famous, member of Gotham's long-established Cobblepot family, Oswald Cobblepot, entered into business from a young age. These days, he can often be seen personally welcoming guests at his entertainment palace, the Iceberg Lounge. But it was only a few short years ago that Cobblepot was better known as the Penguin, a notorious gangster tried and convicted for a litany of financial and violent crimes. Cobblepot insists he's turned over a new leaf after serving his time. He says that the only penguins in Gotham now are the tuxedo guests of the Iceberg Lounge. You're watching GCN. I'm Noor Rashid, Gotham's trusted voice in news.
Thinking about what happened at Blackgate, Ms. Gordon?
Can't believe I let Harley play me. She got away, and who knows what else she has up her sleeve.
She hasn't left any other messages or maps. Do you have any leads on where she might have gone?
Nothing concrete, but she does love to play with the freaks.
A good place to start, then.
So right now, I still have the availability to play a little bit more, but I don't want to ruin the full playthrough when it releases here on the channel. So we're going to call it quits here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, a huge thank you to WB Games for inviting me to play this early. Expect a full playthrough 110% here on the channel as soon as I have access.
So IGN dropped 21 minutes of co-op gameplay. With Red Hood and Robin. forgot she was paralyzed. I remember that she was on a wheelchair. I hope they explain that a little bit more. But you can see she has that pain.
Not good. There are riots like all over Gotham. Wow.
I like the little details that they throw in here.
All of her Quinners to a wellness party. Wonderful.
Throw up the bat signal.
What up, Blair? Same here, man. What are we, like, what, 15 days away? 16 days away? Almost 2 weeks.
I don't know what to tell you, Crispus. She's a soccer mom. Just get her in cuffs, man.
Hey.
Give me a sec. Nightwing, we got something weird down here. We set up some...
They didn't send out the real build one. Everyone plays the real one at the same time. That's nice.
Hold your line. We're coming to you.
How many of you bats are on this call? You know what? It doesn't matter. Just hurry.
They're being very secret with the Court of Owls. Like, they don't want nothing about Court of Owls gameplay to be out. I'm telling you guys, Batman, he's one of them. There's something huge hidden that they don't want it to just leak out before the game comes out. Oh, damn.
I don't care what you have to do. Keep your barricade up.
Fun night?
Aren't they all?
That depends on your definition of fun.
Oh, look at this outfit.
This is ridiculous. What do soccer moms and yoga dads need to riot for?
Maybe there's a sale on something they don't need. I'll, check it out.
Be careful. I'll have to do a lot of paperwork if you die.
Yeah, the suit is fire. I like the suit.
Why is there an ice cream truck here?
Who doesn't love a late night ice cream?
Damn. I think the co-op is gonna make this even fun, more funner. All right. Finally, we're seeing some good Robin gameplay. Not gonna lie, Red Hood does. It just looks fun to play as. Because he's the tanky one. I know that his takedowns are gonna be the best takedowns in the game. So he's able to, be strong. And he's able to like throw them up like ragdolls.
Guess that's it. Now.
I found a medical implant, Belfry. Sending you a scan.
The number is assigned to a type of neural implant. It's currently in human trials at Daggett Labs.
Yes, Harley's running her own trials.
I hope there will be some DLC on Batman in this game. I hope so too. I know that they said that there's going to be DLC. Like they were going to be coming out with content for the game for years after the release. I hope that's like villains, like new villain story arcs and new outfits and and I hope new playable characters so you can start building them up.
Not good.
I wonder if, they said that there's going to be a prologue or there was back in the day in Gotham, there was the Court of Owls were there like in the early 1800s, and there was another vigilante named the Runaway who fought them. I wonder if the Runaway is going to be a playable character, like an unlockable character.
As much as I don't want to admit this, we may need your help here.
I'm glad I ordered the collector's edition. I personally hate Batman. I'm a Bat Family guy all day. And that's good, man.
Anything could be happening in here.
Who are you going to main? Blair You're happy you can use them all? Yeah, me too. And they also said that you're going to be able to, just because you main Red Hood, you'll be able to easily kind of like main another hero. You won't have to start all over completely. I'm also going to get the comics for that are connected to this game where they're going to talk about the Runaway and Batman's last mission.
Harley just did something to them.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of little teasers in there. A lot of juicy info. I'm kind of excited to get my hands on those and kind of dissect them. But you know there has to be more than 3 villains. Right now we have Clayface, Mr. Freeze, and Harley Quinn. You know there's got to be more than just 3. There's no way there's just going to be just 3. If you've been watching my videos, then you know they hinted at Blackface for sure, and possibly Hush. Hush was more like a reach. I kind of did reach on that video, the one that came out earlier today. But that would be cool if Hush was in here as well.
Took you long enough, bird brain.
I had to stop for some ice cream first.
Oh, ain't that sweet. I'd love to stay and talk flavors, but I don't have gelato time.
Heck, would be nice to get an animated movie about this game. Yeah, man. I would definitely watch it. An animated movie or an animated, like, you know, series. Kind of like Cyberpunk had the animated series on Netflix. And it ended up really helping the game. But yeah, just like an anime series to kind of explore more of the world that they build. I'm curious to see what Joker is doing during all this. Like, I know that they probably like, well, I don't want to make, you know, another Batman game where Joker's the main villain. I don't think he's gonna be the main villain. I think that
It'll be too soon.
throw him in there somehow. Maybe in the future a DLC.
What are you doing?
You'll thank me later.
You'll be okay.
Joker probably retired. Yeah, he probably retired when he found out Batman was dead. Or he thinks Batman's dead. So he has no purpose anymore. Yeah, what's the point? Yep, without Batman, he's nothing, man. Exactly. But I don't know. Can't see him doing that. Yeah. We'll see. I'm interested to see what happens.
Have you met my new friends? I freed them. Way more fun now.
You're not freeing them. You're killing them.
Your stupid town killed them. Whatever. You'll see him when you get to the party.
Yeah, Cyberpunk is huge. I'm really liking his Robin suit.
Somebody help us!
I'm digging it.
Quiet, or I'm gonna smash your skull.
Sounds like the freaks are taking hostages.
Keep the suits coming.
All right.
Thought it'd end like this.
Got some more.
Just like I practiced.
Oh, that's a hit.
I'm sending some citizens your way, Montoya. Take good care of them.
Got it.
The security office should be past this chapel.
Bird brain. What would the bats think about making me wait?
I think he'd be proud of me. What was that, Harley?
Nothing. just finishing up the decor. Oh, you're gonna be real excited.
Something tells me I won't.
I'm liking Robin. Robin's actually looking a little. He's looking fun to play as.
Oh, well.
Definitely utilizing that stick of his.
You thought Batman was scary? I was.
You know, they did a good job at making each one of them feel completely different, like unique and to their own. Where they don't feel like you're playing, it's literally the same person, which is good.
Okay, she's on L3. Time
He
to
looks
finish
like
this.
the Telltale Batman. Like looks or like quality wise? I meant to say I think Arkham Knight made a lot of people sick of the Joker. Yeah, because they use the Joker all the time. And just when you think that the Joker wasn't going to be in the game, next you know, oh, there he is. It was him all along. I guess they were like, you know what, let's just put the Joker to the side on this one for now.
Those sparks could cause some serious damage.
They're like, there's a lot more villains out there that we can use as the main villain. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Joker. Graphics are like the same as like the Avengers. Nothing too crazy. As long as the game's polished, not that buggy. The city does look dead though. There's no life in it. Could be because of the early part of the game with them out. What? Y'all saw that, right? Just when I started talking about bugs. I want the puppet guy with the cigar.
He does love to make a splash.
Probably got new fans to set it up.
The lore is going to be so good. The history of Gotham, yeah. Damn. What up, Patrick? Game looks good? Yeah, man. It does. What the heck do people want with the graphics? I think they look great. How much better do you think? Do they want a cinematic look or something? Maybe once I get my copy, I can understand what they mean about the graphics. I like the graphics. I think for me, it's more important about like the quality, like the frame rate. Is it smooth? The bugginess. Is it like, you know? Because like for example, you know, like Marvel's Avengers, there's just all these bugs that just killed the game for me. You know, Cyberpunk had all these bugs. In Cyberpunk, you know, their graphics looked amazing, but there was all these bugs, which show that graphics don't mean shit if there's all these bugs in the game. I'd rather have smooth gameplay than amazing graphics and non-smooth gameplay. You know what I mean?
Don't be rude! Mama's talking here.
You've got them on remote control. Hand it over.
Nuh-uh.
I thought this game was supposed to be a looter, but I don't see the enemies dropping any loot. That is true.
With the games, Harley.
This could be due to the fact that they got their hands on a dev build copy.
Since Blackgate. Welcome to my party.
I just think they want for a more optimized type style.
Kind of
Yeah.
underwhelming, to be honest.
Are you playing as Robin? No.
That's because I haven't lit the candle! Now, let's play, bird brain. I liked it better when you were dead.
Yeah, Cyberpunk now is good enough to play. That's why it's doing so good now. Okay, now we get to see that Harley Quinn boss fight in a co-op version of it, like with another buddy of yours. What do you guys think of Harley Quinn's new design? Are you guys digging it, or
What the hell
should they kind of went another way?
Worry, just run. Fast.
Hey, where you going? You can't leave yet. You were having fun.
Sorry, Harley. Party's over.
Party's not over until I say it is.
We did see this boss fight already, but we haven't seen it in co-op.
Let's make this happen.
Got a gift for you.
I just feel like with Red Hood, you're gonna feel like John Wick. The face paint that looks awful. Yeah, a lot of people are not digging the face paint. Me personally, I think it's okay. It's definitely something different. But yeah, when I first saw her, I knew that people were gonna feel some type of way with her look. What? What is that? Motherfuckers throwing rocks at her. Oh, they took away all the sex appeal, and now she has zero sex appeal. They did.
The bats definitely would have figured out where I was faster.
Oh,
He
damn.
would have personally taken me back to Blackgate. like a gentleman.
I got you a taxi instead. Priority service.
And I think you're getting the hang of taking criminals off the street and stuff.
Thanks.
I'm digging that Robin seat,
I got
though.
dozens in holding and a triage nurse who hates me. I'm just gonna blame you, cool?
It's what I'm here for.
Don't be a smartass. I'm gonna be dealing with this headache for weeks.
Sounds like you have it under control then.
Oh yeah, I got a full
She
desk of
made a
open
little
cases
bat.
that says, God damn it. You tell anyone about this clown girl, I'll gag you.
So you guys said that Caboose had a video. Oh, here we go.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Caboose
And I
bringing you
guess
another Gotham
he goes
Knights
into really
video.
good detail.
And today, what I got for you guys here is an extremely exciting video. Not too long ago, I was brought all the way out to Montreal by WB Games. Like you,
He actually talked to the devs
to try out and get my hands on with this game right here. We got a studio tour as well, which was amazing. I always love to get a little peek behind the curtain as to what game development is like. I got a shirt as well signed by the entire dev team, and I couldn't thank them enough for how kind they were to me and to all the people that were able to attend and check out WB Games Montreal and what they're working on with Gotham Knights. I've prepared for you guys a lot of exclusive gameplay to showcase in this video, and before we jump into everything, if you're looking forward to Gotham Knights, we're at the home stretch. If you can't wait to see some exclusive gameplay on this channel, scroll down right now, hit that thumbs up button, share your hype with me, and let's get this video to 2,500 likes for the Gotham Knights hype. And don't worry, this is the first of a couple of videos that I prepared for you guys showing off this game. I have a lot of content to get through, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, you'll be immediately notified when a video goes live. And with that being said, let's jump in and talk about my hands-on with Gotham Knights. Some immediate housekeeping. Please keep in mind that I did not play a final build of the game and that it was a dev build with background apps running to log bugs or issues that I might have run into. And by the way, I barely ran into any. This caused a few frame hiccups, which I hope are not to be expected come time for the actual release. And when I first jumped into play, I played through the opening 16 minutes, which you may remember that IGN had premiered on their channel when they were doing their month worth of coverage with IGN first. And you've already heard me speak at length about the opening 16 minutes, but to reiterate a few points. Straight away from the atmosphere, you get the vibe that while Gotham Knights has moments of campiness and some shoddy voice acting here and there, this game is trying to take itself, for the most part, very seriously and is 100,000% committing to Batman being dead. With that being said, though, it had my jaw to the floor to find out that Batman's presence is still very much felt in Gotham Knights. When you head to the training area, you'll come to learn that it's actually Batman himself who helps you train and learn new skills.
Yep.
Physical and mental preparation go hand in hand. Here, we can train the mind to prepare the body. But it requires deep focus. Let go of your grief and concentrate on my voice.
You know everybody's going to be asking
you're
for
forge your
let
path
us play
to
as
knighthood.
Batman.
I don't know if you're going to see
play
him
as him
every single time, but through messages he's seemingly left behind, you'll hear him speaking to you, helping you process your grief and hone in on these skills that you're learning. After the opening mission, though, you're going to learn how to summon your Batcycle. It's a pretty sweet moment, and you have to ride your Batcycle over to the Belfry to essentially start the game. Immediately, I noticed how full the open world is. And this wasn't just because it was the opening minutes of the game. While I wasn't able to capture video of it, I was allowed to just free roam around the open world, and I ran into plenty of civilians, and I even crashed into a couple of cars on the streets. Listen, the city isn't filled to the brim end to end with people shoulder to shoulder on the sidewalks, but there's plenty of people you're gonna run into, plenty of cars on the street. It's not a completely dead open world. You'll even see out in the open world that there's plenty of premeditated and random crimes that are happening that you'll have to try and stop. Whether it's in alleyways, the city streets themselves, or on rooftops, you'll have a lot to do in Gotham City. The only thing is, and I don't know if this is just because of my limited time playing the game, I did notice a ton of variety in the actual random crimes that were taking place. Again, I don't know if this is just because I only had about 15 to 20 minutes to free roam around the open world, or if this is just because some of the random crimes around the city are a bit generic, so jury's still out on that. Let's jump in now into the actual characters themselves. Right off the bat, or in this case, Bird, I was pretty hooked with Robin and the time that I had with that character. That's the first one I wanted to jump into this game with because it's the character we've seen the least from.
Yep.
He's nimble, he's quick on his feet, and he's got a slingshot for a ranged attack. But the staff provides some very satisfying gameplay with heavy impact on every hit/takedown. His traversal is not the greatest in the world, admittedly, but if you use it sparingly, it can add a nice bit of flair for you to get from point A to point B around Gotham. I just don't know how much I'm going to use it to travel actual distances, or at least use up the 10 seconds that you have when you're doing the teleport, just because it slows down the pace a little bit. Nightwing was also a really fun character for me to play as. Being the acrobat of the group, it can make it very fun actually to time your perfect evades for some crazy unique animations. And listen, you can call it what you want, a Fortnite glider this or whatever that, I do not care. Trust me when I say though, if you're gonna get this game, when you get your hands on it and you play as Nightwing, you're gonna have way too much fun with the flying trapeze. It's a blast to use, honestly.
Yeah.
I was told as well that you can pretty much get from one end of the map to
It reminds me
the
of
other if you're
Fortnite,
using it
but
properly,
it's better
which is
than
very
the
nice.
other ones.
Batgirl was another massive hit for
better
me.
than the
Her
teleport.
beatdown ability, which you've seen about 2 years ago now when Gotham Knights was first revealed, is probably the most addicting move in the game. Literally never gets old. And it's been stated before by the developers themselves, and I'll reiterate for you that yes, Batgirl is probably the closest to home if you need to scratch that Arkham game itch. Please do keep in mind though that this is still not an Arkham game, and because of that, there will be some things that are different. You might feel a sense of similarity, but this is not meant to be a one-to-one translation of something like the Batman Arkham Glide or the Batman Arkham Combat. And then there's a little old Red Hood. I was committed to making this character look good. He got the most crap out of all the knights, and I'm happy to report that Red Hood is damn fun to play. It's interesting because he still does feel a little weighty, and from the outside looking in, he may seem like a floaty character. But what makes Red Hood so unique is that he is quite literally a tank. He's the biggest of the bunch, the strongest of the bunch, and has the most effective range abilities out of all 4 members of the Gotham
As he
Knights.
should.
Every melee attack packs quite the punch, and it's very satisfying to be shooting at an enemy, seeing someone approach you from behind, pull down the left stick, and use the range attack to have Red Hood aim his gun behind his head and stop the second enemy in their tracks. There's even a moment in my gameplay where I was ping-ponging between enemies. It looked pretty sweet and it felt even better. The jury's still out though on the mystical leap, okay? I'm still not 100% sure how I feel about it, but I think using it sparingly, similar to Robin's teleport, is probably the way to go. The unfortunate reality though here with Gotham Knights is that it's sorely missing some form of a counter or a parry option. At least I wasn't able to figure out if there was one during my time with the game. I don't mind the evade system, and I still had fun with what I played. Like I said, some characters are actually a good time to evade with, like Robin or Nightwing. They have cool animations, but having the ability to counter enemy attacks would maintain the pace of every combat encounter rather than you having to halt your attacks and jump out of the way. I think I adapted fairly well to the structure of Gotham Knights gameplay, but I will miss being able to block incoming hits, and I hope
and
that
plus
there's
you look like a
something in
badass
there
when
that
you
I just
time it
didn't
right.
see. Back to some positives though. The customization in Gotham Knights
That's what this
is
game's missing.
nuts. I was only able to specifically customize one skin, as the rest were transmogs, but even the transmogs were damn cool to look at. I can't wait to jump in and unlock these suits, customize the gear attached to them, and see what different colorways work best. Also, there's some pretty sweet Easter eggs tied to the actual colorways themselves. This is one of my most anticipated features for Gotham Knights, and based on what I was able to see with my own 2 eyes, it doesn't seem like it's going to disappoint. I also got to jump into the opening and ending of the Harley Quinn mission chain in my time playing the game. I wasn't able to play through all the stuff in between, but her introduction is pretty great and leads to a super fun, high-octane prison riot battle that I'm itching to jump back in and play through again. Even though this is side content, I'm quite impressed overall with the narrative here, and while sometimes the voice acting can definitely feel a little off, there are other instances
I hope he gives
where
it a
the
7.
performances are quite
7's the
brilliant and
least. If it's
nuanced.
anything below 7,
Sure you were coming,
it'll be
Alfred.
worrisome.
I'll always be here when you need
I'm gonna
me,
main
Master
Nightwing.
Richard.
Let me know who you guys are gonna main in the
When
comments.
any of you need
Also, if you haven't liked this video, this stream, make sure you hit that like button.
I'm glad you're here.
7 ain't bad,
As
yeah.
am
7
I,
ain't bad.
Master Tim.
I don't think this game's gonna get like an 8 or a 9.
This place
I
does
think it's gonna
need
get like a
work.
7, which is good.
Damn it. We've got activity all over the city.
Sweet. Looks like my plan wins.
The knights bounce off each other really well. While I have some gripes with Red Hood's gameplay, Stephen Oyoung does a bang up job with the voice of Jason Todd. I love him as that character.
Wait, hasn't Harley Quinn been out of Gotham ever since, you know, her ex?
Killed me? that what you meant? Rumor has it she did some government thing. Went straight-ish. She's got something.
For you, the game is a 9?
Moving on though,
yeah,
I also got to jump in and try out the finale of the mission chain against Harley Quinn, and I was also able to team up with one of the developers working at WB Montreal on Gotham Knights and try out some co-op in the game, and I can't stress enough how much fun this is. The developer asked me before we jumped in if I wanted to go guns a-blazing or if I wanted to try and jump in and do some stealth, and originally I wanted to just be loud because I'm horrible at stealth games and I'm horrible at stealth encounters. But about halfway through, we walked into a room and we both kind of looked at each other like, let's do this stealthily, and we took down all the enemies without making a sound, and it was so much fun. I know for some people they want to just jump in and experience this game solo, and that's totally fine, but if a buddy of yours has the game on the same platform as you, just try roaming around the city together. Knowing the co-op is untethered, you'll find plenty of badass moments where you're being overwhelmed by enemies, you're back against a wall, and one of the knights descends from above to lend you a hand. Oh yeah, and hey, speaking of being overwhelmed, yes, you can indeed change the difficulty. I played on medium difficulty with my hands on, and I still found myself getting hit from time to time, and there were a couple of instances where I almost died. I know some people were looking at the gameplay that we've been getting the last couple of months and thinking that it just looks way too easy, but trust me, when I had my hands on, I wasn't just smooth sailing the whole way through. I'm sure when you're playing on the harder difficulties, it's going to make you feel even more important that you're utilizing all aspects of your character. And I don't really want to touch up too much on the visuals for this game. In my personal opinion, it looks great, and what I played, I still think the same thing. But there was a question I had when that PC trailer dropped, and I tracked it down for you guys. And based on what I was told, I can confirm officially for you that on consoles, Gotham Knights will have ray tracing enabled. It's not just for PC. I think overall I had a great time playing Gotham Knights,
so
and
ray
I'm
tracing
really excited to jump back in for release
PS5
in just a couple of weeks from now. I have my reservations. It's not all
Which it
perfect.
should.
There's
Like,
a couple
come on.
of things that I had a problem with, but I'm very intrigued to see what you guys are going to think about it once you get your hands on the game. I honestly think that a lot of people are going to be pleasantly surprised with Gotham Knights. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see, and thankfully, we're not going to have to wait that long. And there you have it. I tried to be as unbiased as possible. I promise you guys that I'm doing my best here to look for things that I didn't like so that you won't sit there and tell me that I'm just being paid off, okay? I went in with an open mind. I went in with a clear head. There's some things that I loved, some things that I didn't love, and I laid it all out on the floor for you guys, all right? So now it's just up to you to make your own decision. And with that being said, again, a huge thank you to WB Games for sending me out to Montreal, for being able to see the murals as well. That was such an amazing trip, such a good time, and I also am very grateful that I got to get my hands on with this game so that I can bring this kind of video for you guys. And if you enjoyed today's video, if you could consider hitting that thumbs up button, it would show your support, and I would really appreciate it. I'm Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.
Gameplay. Is that it? We got some other people streaming as well. Oh, that's me right there. Hey. We've already seen that. Gameplay impressions. I'm pretty sure this other dude is in the same. Pretty sure he's doing the same thing I'm doing. I want to see what some honest thoughts on Knights after playing it. Uncaged Games. He does Marvel. He does the Mortal Kombat coverage. Uncaged. He does like a lot of Mortal Kombat stuff. I'm curious to see what his thoughts are.
Hanzo right there. He wants to hear my thoughts on Gotham Knights. So let's get started.
I'm curious to see everyone's thoughts. They got their hands on it.
Games, welcome back to another video. Today we got my honest thoughts on Gotham Knights. Thank you to WB and WB Montreal for inviting me out to try out the game. Don't get it twisted. Just because they invited me out, I'm not going to be like, oh, everything's amazing in the game. Gotham Knights is perfect. No. Every time I do these honest thoughts videos, I give you my honest thoughts. I don't understand why when I say honest thoughts, people are like, he's not giving his honest thoughts. Then why am I naming honest thoughts? Come on, guys. So I went to the WB Montreal studios, played Gotham Knights for a few hours. I'm going to talk about my likes and dislikes.
David is also paid.
Let's first start off with the positives here. The first one being the story in the game. What I got to play was, I believe, a side mission where it was the Harley Quinn
they want to continue to be flown out. out.
Go find
Shit,
her,
if they're gonna fly
and she
me
has
out.
evidence for Batman, and then you fight her at the end. That side mission, again, side mission, was so... it was so intriguing. I was so hooked on that mission with Harley Quinn. The dev team had to tell me, oh yeah, that's a side mission. That's not even
That
the
is
main
true.
mission.
We were
So I'm
watching
like,
the campaign.
hold
That was
up.
the
This
side
mission had great story, was interesting, and I was hooked the entire time. So if that is how good the story is for just the side missions, I cannot wait to see the main
wine and
story.
diners, man.
I can only imagine how good the main story is going to hook us in. But from what I'm already seeing from the side mission of the Harley Quinn,
love David, though.
it's
Yeah, no, I
amazing.
don't know.
The boss battle
I like
was
watching his
not too
videos.
tough, not too easy. It was kind of like that happy medium. I give a thumbs up. If all the other side missions in the game are like this, I'm ready for it. And speaking of story, this is amazing.
I stopped watching his videos after the Mortal Kombat movie
value
came out.
in this
but
game. I
in
got to play
preparation
all
for the Mortal
4
Kombat
Gotham
movie, I
Knights
was
with
always
my
watching
little
this guy's
playtest
videos.
here. One of the chapters when I was playing the side mission, I was Batgirl. Batgirl and Harley Quinn had an interaction that was character specific. So if you guys don't know, in Gotham Knights, the characters have different dialogues for different cutscenes.
Yeah, all the characters
So
react
you can play
differently to
one
each
scene
scene, so
4
it's very
times
important to
with
play
4 different
through
characters,
multiple
and you
times
get
with different
4
characters.
different dialogues. When I was playing as Batgirl, talking to Harley, Harley was saying like,
If it isn't Batgirl. You here for chat? Just as girls.
and then I saw my buddy Caboose playing, and he did the same cutscene, but with a different character. I believe he was playing Robin. He had a different dialogue between Harley and Robin. So technically, you could play the game all the way through as Red Hood, and you can play the game all the way through as Batgirl, and you will get 2 different experiences. That is amazing. I thought they were gonna do like a little cheap way where the villains would kind of give a generic response to each character, like, oh, it's you, I'm gonna take you down. But no, they're actually talking to the character. It's so cool. I love that about this game. The minor details of just having Harley saying, oh, us girls, or oh, it's the Robin who died, something like that. It's so cool. So I love that about this game. When that happened, I was like, okay.
Yeah, the
Cool.
cutscenes.
Speaking
if
of
you're doing
variety,
co-op, the
another
cutscenes,
thing
I don't
liked
think
about
they
the game
show.
is
I
the
think they only
variety
show
of
you. They don't
combat.
show your.
I
co-op,
was worried that when Gotham Knights got released, it was just going to be 4 characters, copy and pasted, pretty much plays exactly the same, just different skin. I am happy to announce that's not the case. If you play as Red Hood, your character is going to be a little bit slower.
Yeah, throw
but you
Bruce Wayne in the
punch
Lazarus
like a
pit.
frickin'
What's
tank.
stopping them?
If you play as
I mean,
Robin,
he clearly worked on Red
you're
Hood.
really quick, but don't do as much damage. Batgirl, close up, hand to hand, very agile. Nightwing, a little bit of everything. He's a well-rounded fighter. So each character plays their own style. So it's a lot of mixing and matching of gameplay styles. I thought that going into it, oh, I was gonna, love Nightwing. But then I was like, oh snap, Red Hood, sure, he's a little bit slower, but when he hits the opponent, he don't get up. Character that I thought that I was gonna like a lot, Nightwing, which is, again, not saying he's not good, but Nightwing, I think, winded up being my bottom of my favorite character. I think my favorite characters of playing in Gotham Knights is Red Hood, then Robin, Batgirl, and then Nightwing. But yeah, love the variety of combat. Each character plays differently, and it's very fun. And you know what's more fun than going around beating people up as, let's say, Red Hood? Going around beating people up as Red Hood, and then having your homies come in and beating up people with you as like Nightwing. That is right.
Damn,
Gotham
Spirit
Knights
is ass.
has co-op. Co-op is back. One of my favorite things growing up is playing with friends, couch co-op or online.
Yup.
And Gotham Knights has online co-op, and I got to try it out, and it was sick. So this is amazing to me. They have, I think they call it untethered co-op experience, meaning you and your friend are not linked up with an invisible chain. You know how some games where if you go too far from your teammate, they kind of like stop you, they put up invisible walls, or they restrain you from going too far. Gotham Knights has no chains. You could be on the tippy top of the map and your friend could be all the way on the bottom, and you two can do completely different things, and then like an hour later come back and team up. That is so cool. That makes the game feel more alive. Oh, what? There's criminals fighting on the east side of the island? Go there. I got the west side. It's that sick. Another amazing thing about Gotham Knights, the customization. When I say that the customization's insane, I mean it. This game, I kid you not, has so many different things you can customize. It's not gonna be easy to run online with another player having the same gear, because
That's good.
there are gear sets of like a full suit, of course, like the chest, arms, mask, but then you can individually change the mask, individually change the arms to different items, and then you can change the color of your overall suit. So you can be like black and white, red and white, blue and green, whatever. There's so many colors and armor you can change on your character. It is so crazy that you can do this much customization in the game, because I thought we were gonna get like
an all-black
a couple
suit
of suits in the game,
Nightwing.
but I didn't know you can change the colors, and I didn't know that you can change the actual individual pieces of the outfits. It's great. Not only can you customize the color of your character, you can customize the Batcycle. You want to change that color, you can too. Literally, you can customize so much things in this game. I don't know how they do it. All right, I think I've gushed long enough about what I like about this game. There are some dislikes. What?
Okay,
Gage,
here we go. Let's
Gage,
see what.
how
Let's
can
see.
there be
Now let's get to the dislikes.
They paid you. They invited you. You're kissing their booty. No, I told you.
Yeah, man. Some of you guys said that. He's talking to you guys.
I have my concerns.
Some of you
I
guys.
have dislikes that I need to talk about, because there are dislikes. First, I want to say, when I first saw the Gotham Knights gameplay trailer, my biggest concern was the speed, the pace of the combat. If you guys have played Arkham games before, the combat's very fast, very fluid, very fun. The gameplay trailer for Gotham Knights looked a lot slower. Now playing the game, what do I think about it? I think the gameplay is fun, but the combat speed, I'm still not 100% sure I'm with it. It's not bad the way that each character plays. Again, Red Hood, he's a little bit more tanky of a character, so he's not gonna move as fast. Robin or Nightwing,
Caboose
you know,
said the
or
same thing
Batgirl.
about the
Pretty much
combat
everyone
as
else
well.
does not tank like Red Hood. They move quicker, but still,
and I
they
agree.
are nowhere near as speeds of Batman in the previous Arkham games. Now, this
Nowhere
game
near.
is completely separate from the Arkham universe. So I want people to know that. Some people don't know.
A lot of people don't know it. This is not connected to the Arkham
so
universe.
it's a different story. WB Montreal is doing their own thing. They play similar, but they're two different things. I played the game for I think about 2 hours, and all I was thinking to myself is, I would love if the speed of the combat was increased by just a little bit more. Like, it's okay, but when you're getting attacked by like 5 dudes, and you know your character's going like
Dr.
this,
Hedo?
being a little bit quicker could be cool, right? I had fun playing it. Like, you can chain combos together and all that. I would have liked to be seeing a little bit faster of combat.
Don't worry,
That's
Dr.
just
Hedo.
me.
We're
The
gonna
next
change
thing I
God's
didn't really
mind.
like is the lack of enemies. So I was told there are different types of enemy, like groups, factions in the game. I think I only ran into like 2 for my area of the chapter I was playing, so I didn't get to experience all of them. But there are some goons in the games, right? And the goons, there's a couple of like skinny henchmen, and then there's like one big tank enemy, which you have to do a little bit more damage to take them out. I felt like I kept running into the same 2 tanks over and over again. It was the big dude with the shield, and then
The
Big
Bat
Mama
Bitch.
Thickness over and over again. Maybe there are different
did he call her?
character villains
Mama
that you
Thickness?
fight, or henchmen, but from the playtest that I played, I didn't really see any other big body hooligans. Is that the right word? Henchmen?
Yeah, I hope to
Yeah,
see
thugs. But it was pretty much those
different,
2 that I
bigger
kept seeing over
enemies.
and over.
This is the dev build, though.
The next thing, which
They all
is
got their hands on the dev
topic that a
build.
lot of people didn't like about when they saw it, and that is the traversals, or how characters fly or get around the map. I tested all 4 characters. Nightwing's ability, or traversal, flying, maneuver, I'm gonna call it the movement in the game, is his little glider.
The Fortnite
People made
glider.
fun of it, saying it's the Fortnite glider.
Yeah.
To be honest, it does look a little goofy that he has this glider.
It does.
But I had so much fun playing with the glider. There was a point where it was a bridge and just a bunch of body of water. And yes, you could take the Batcycle and just ride there really quick.
Oh,
But I
they're
picked
doing a
Nightwing, and I
workout as
literally
well.
just glided across the water. The dev team just sat there and watched me glide across the water for like 2 minutes. Nightwing's movement, air movement, I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Robin, his is pretty unique. It's
I
a
agree.
teleport. So he looks
not
like
liking
when he
Robin's
jumps,
teleporting.
a little satellite beacon comes up, and then you can pick where you
It's
want to
too
land.
long.
And he
It takes too
teleports
long.
there. It's pretty cool. Batgirl, her movement in the air is pretty much identical to the Batman Arkham games. If you want a character to play like Batman in the Batman Arkham games, Batgirl is your character. She glides around the air, she can nosedive and then fly back up. So Red Hood's air movement is him jumping on kind of like green soul portals or whatever, because
Yeah, I think each villain's gonna have their own like henchman,
has kind of
which,
like ability.
which it should be like
apparently
that.
this ability thing is actually in the comics, in the newer issues of the Red Hood comics. I don't really keep up with those, but apparently he does have some type of power like this, so it's not new. But a lot of the Red Hood fans from like Under the Red Hood back in the day know Red Hood as just a awesome character that doesn't have like specials. When playing as Red Hood, he has abilities where he can like kind of charge up his soul powers and then shoot him through the bullets. That's cool. That really didn't bother me. The one thing that did bother me a little bit was his little air movement thing. I know you gotta make each character's air movement different, right? I feel like there could have been a way to make him do air movements without using the portals. I don't know what the answer would be for Red Hood having better air movements. Maybe he can have larger leaps, you know, instead of having jumping into a portal, into another portal. Red Hood can just do a mega jump. I respect the dev team for trying something new. I don't know if I like it or not. The final thing I don't like about Gotham Knights from my experiences, and it actually relates to Red Hood once again, is Red Hood's face, man. Jason Todd's face. I don't know.
I know.
If I'm the only one. Love the game.
No, there's
Just
nothing
not
wrong with his
loving
face.
Jason's face, man. I don't know. Nightwing's face? Great. I can see it. Cool. Batgirl's face? Perfect. Robin? Yes. But Jason's face looks so weird. I'm sorry. I saw it in the trailer when they first revealed it, and I'm like, and then I played it hoping it would change it a little bit, and it's still weird. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm nitpicking. I'm cool with him having like the little streak in his hair, the little color, and then the scar. That's cool. You're awesome. You're tough. But your face.
Didn't the
What
Joker
happened to
give
your
him that
face,
scar
man?
though?
I know you died. And maybe, okay, maybe you might say, Cage, he's not supposed to be a pretty boy. He got freaking beat up by the Joker and killed. He's gonna look a little ugly. I get it. But come on, man. You could have made him look a little cool with his face. Good thing he wears a helmet in his costumes, because you can bet I'm not taking that thing
That's
off.
so
But
true.
man, oh man, that face is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If the dev team is watching this, can we do a day one patch update and change up his face or something? I don't know.
I agree.
Anything,
They should
please.
do a day one patch.
Overall, what do I think about Gotham Knights? I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I was a little worried when I saw the trailers, gameplay. I was like, ooh, I don't know. It looks okay, but a little slow. Now trying the game for myself, yes, it is a little slow, but that does not take away from the fun factor. You can chain combos together, and there's like tag team moves that you can do with a co-op friend. It's great stuff. It's nowhere near the suckage that is Marvel's Avengers, okay? People are saying in the comments, Gotham Knights is Marvel's Avengers.
Nah, this is gonna be
Not
better than Marvel's
even
Avengers.
Close. Don't even compare the two, okay? This game is way better in terms of story, customization, gameplay, untethered co-op. It's the real deal. It's not the same Arkham games we're used to. Same kind of characters we know and love, just different canon, different story, different universe. I would say this final thing. I've been to many game studios to try out games before, but this is the first time I was at a game studio where like half the dev team was there watching us play the game. Before, it's usually me just sitting at a station and I'm just playing, and it's one person in the room. There was like 20 employees there, sitting there welcoming us to their studios, because they've been working on this game for like, what, 5+ years? And it was me and Caboose and Jay Shockblast were like some of the few early, like I think we were one of the first people to play the game ever. So they were really excited to see people actually try out the game that they've been working on. So we had our little stations. The dev team was standing around us, like little crowds watching us enjoy the game. I can see it from their face and from when I talk to them. Their passion for this game is crazy. They love this game, and they put their heart, sweat, and tear in this, and they're excited for everyone to try out the game. And I'm also excited for you guys to try this game because I was on the fence. No lie, I was on the fence of Gotham Knights, but now playing it, I really want to play the full thing right now. I want to play the story. I'm invested. I'm intrigued. I love the character designs. Again, except for Jason Todd's face, but everything else is so cool. The customization, the character dialogues, the replay value, dude. You can play this game 4 different times with 4 different characters and get 4 different dialogues. It's crazy. But there you guys have it. That is my honest thoughts on Gotham Knights. I think if you guys are a fan of DC games, superhero games, fan of DC Universe, you're gonna play this game and you're gonna have a blast. But I will say this, I think this game is meant to be played co-op. You can play this solo, it's fine. But playing co-op in Gotham Knights, I think is the way to experience the most fun. Stay tuned because we, and when I say we, I'm talking about the homie Caboose and myself, planning on doing a co-op playthrough of Gotham Knights for you guys. So stay tuned for that. We both agree co-op is the way to go for Gotham Knights. I hope you guys enjoyed this honest thoughts on Gotham Knights. Thank you to Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers Montreal for, again, inviting me out to try.
No, I agree. The gameplay, it does seem a little slow. I think the biggest thing here is that people are always going to compare this game to Arkham Knight series. Regardless, they're just going to keep comparing it. When you compare it to Arkham Knight, yeah, it's definitely going to feel slow, and that's probably one of the biggest things that the game has going against it, is the fact that it just doesn't feel, the combat doesn't feel like the combat in Arkham Knight.
On my way back to the Belfry with a present.
Hurry up. I want to see what you got. I'm all night.
Like, don't get me wrong, because of this game, I learned more about the Bat family than I ever knew. Because of my hype for this game and like exploring who these characters are, finding out their lore for each one, seeing what they all been through. And I'm having a good time learning about these guys. And it's their time to shine. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make this, like, hey guys, this is not a, technically this is a Batman game, but without Batman. This is the people that were the sidekicks. Now it's their time to shine. I think that the story is going to be really good. The Court of Owls story, I think that was going to be a really good one. It sucks that when they finally do it, it's without Batman. So I do hope Batman is not dead. I hope that he's still out there. And that's the big secret. And that's the big secret, that Batman isn't dead. He's still out there. You figure out that he's not dead. He's going to save him. Either he's fully dead. I think they're trying a little too hard to convince us that he's not dead. That's the thing. I believe that he's going to be somehow still alive. He's going to be either being mind controlled or he's just captured. Throw his ass find his body, throw his ass in the Lazarus pit. The Lazarus pit, whatever it's called. What's stopping them from doing that? What's going on? How would co-op be the way to go when you each want to explore your own thing? When you're each wanting to explore your own thing, I guess you don't do co-op, you just do it by yourself, right? I'm pretty sure most people subject prefer Marvel over DC. Yeah, I mean, my channel started off on a Marvel channel. It wasn't until the game that I covered died that I started to was like, all right, what is the next big thing? And it had to be something that I was into. And this one definitely was the one.
Nice work grabbing that drive from Langstrom's lab.
Do we have any idea of what killed Langstrom?
I think his voice sounds different because it's like a training scenario. Like somebody pointed it out that, you know, Batman's voice sounds robotic. But somebody pointed out that even the villains that you're fighting in there, their voice sounds robotic too. So it could just be the voice, how the voice is in that training scenario.
I'm not gonna sit and wait for her.
Because it's all like
We're waiting for intel, Jason.
holographic.
Once we have it, then we'll go.
Move. I'm gonna solve this case my way.
The guy said there's no chain in co-op. Yeah, so if you join my session, you don't have to do what I'm doing. If you want to explore something else, you go ahead and do that. We're not connected in any way.
Whatever.
You don't have to. It's
making
not
this
going to
harder
drag
than it
you.
has
If
to
I'm progressing in a story, it's not going to make you go to where I am at.
I guess, since we're waiting anyway.
Which I do
we might
like.
as well take another look at what Bruce had on Langstrom. Crap. That must have been
I
the
wish Red
secondary
Hood had a
breaker.
hood. I think
The
that
primary went out months ago.
I think
thought
there
the backup
might
would
be
hold.
an outfit that might have that. I hope it does, right? That's why he's called
I
Red
put
Hood.
in a small fix that should hold for a while.
Wasn't sure you were coming,
I
Alfred.
want to see how gear progression is. Are there vids on that?
I'll always be here when you need me, Master Richard. When
No, it doesn't look like it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast
Somebody
Now.
by the name
I'm
of
Alex, and in this
Podcast
video, I
Now.
want to talk about the Gotham Knights previews that are hitting the internet. Now, previews, not reviews. I've looked at about 6, I would say, previews ranging from IGN to PlayStation.com to The Verge, Video Game Chronicles. I'm trying to think of all of them. I watched a couple others as well, and quite a few different things being said. Honestly, I'll give journalists a little bit of credit in this this little event here, because some of them are taking different approaches to what they're saying in their previews. I think IGN's honestly is kind of the most robust. I read a couple of them that were kind of simple, and so let's kind of go over some of the major themes I would say we got from these previews, and we can talk about, you know, if they're worrisome things or not. The biggest one that I guess let's go over the umbrella kind of statements. All right, this was, from what I can tell, like a 3-hour thing that they were able to do, and it was split up in a couple different sections of the game. They kind of got to do, sounds like the beginning of the game, the one that we saw from the IGN first. It seems like they did that again. They fought Harley again. Okay, but again as in we've seen that before, not they've played it before. They've actually, up until this point, nobody's been able to actually touch Gotham Knights. The IGN first stuff, that was all provided by Warner Bros. Montreal. That was not IGN actually playing the game with a controller. So they actually got to do it for the first time. Then there was a couple, you know, open world things that had to do with Harley, and they kind of called it there. So 3 hours, couple segments. It does seem like nothing, absolutely nothing in terms of the main story, like nothing to further evaluate if the main story is going to be good, nothing to further evaluate anything on the Court of Owls. They kind of stayed off of that, which you could say, you know, is it worrisome that nobody's really, you know, gotten to do anything with the story yet? Yeah, a little. Or are they doing it because they're being really protective of the story? I mean, I would kind of lean that way, right? Because maybe a Batman thing, or maybe just they want to keep the Court of Owls hidden as much as possible. One of those, all right? Now, some of these previews, again, pretty lackluster, pretty simple, kind of just talking about, yeah, you play as the 4 of them, kind of described their play styles. I mean, we've kind of seen it at this point. Still, from what I've seen, very, very limited Robin gameplay. Very limited. We do get to see a little bit of his fighting, and he does look very cool. His technology, where he can kind of make a holographic clone of himself, that looks very cool. But beyond that, I mean, we get a little bit more of everybody else, which, again, we've already seen them to a fair extent, and they all look solid. Now, again, a theme that I saw through several of these previews is because they broke the game up into segments, nobody really felt like they were experiencing this journey with the knight, and a big part of this game is your playstyle and how you actually customize your knight, because all 4 of them can be played in different ways. Batgirl, you can make her a certain kind of class of character, or you can make her a different one, and it depends on how you go about that throughout the game. So by splitting it up and kind of like splintering it, right, and putting them into different circumstances, nobody really got that sense. But I would say kind of overwhelmingly, combat, in terms of like the actual movements and how it feels, I think most of them were pretty happy with it. One thing I did see over and over again, which is very concerning, to be honest with you, is repetitiveness. Same enemies over and over, same fighting techniques that you can use to take out these enemies. I saw, I think, 2 different previews where they said that they themselves changed their fighting style just to make it like exciting. Like the enemies could be taken out the exact same way no matter what, so they changed how they fight just to kind of liven it up a little bit. That's not great to hear, especially in a game where the customization of your character is so important, how you fight is so important. But if the enemies are too repetitive or it's too boring to fight them, that kind of will ruin the whole game from a gameplay perspective. I know I saw a couple people talk specifically about like the brutes, the ones with the shields, that, you know, you just constantly break their shield stuff. It gets very repetitive, gets very boring very, very quickly. So that's not great. That's not great to hear. And going along that gameplay kind of co-op even, let's introduce that element. I did see people talk about it seems like a game very much so you can play single player, you'd have no problem with it. Multiplayer, you'd have no problem with it. It does seem, as now people have actually touched the game, that they made it so that you could do either or and it wouldn't suffer for it. Although I did see, I think it was Kind of Funny's preview, where she said she feels that if you play cooperatively, you go through enemies like nothing. Like it's so much easier to go through enemies, but that doesn't, and she says it, and I was thinking the same thing, but she says, you know, just because you can go through things faster doesn't mean it's better. And that is true. I mean, there is a, you know, if you're facing, say, 5 enemies and it's by yourself versus 5 enemies with, you know, another person, just because you can get through them in, say, half the time or even a quarter of the time or whatever, that doesn't mean the fight is more rewarding, right? So we'll have to see kind of how that plays out. I've talked about how I think co-op is a kind of a low-key savior of this game. Obviously, co-op can be really fun when you're playing a game through with your friend, right? It changes the dynamic of that game versus just playing it alone. But, you know, things that kind of happen behind the scenes and yet right in front of our eyes is that balancing, right? The game still has to be designed for multiplayer and has to be balanced for it. Because, yeah, if you're just simply going through enemies at triple the speed, that doesn't necessarily mean it's better, right? And so, you know, those are kind of those small tweaks, like engineering-wise, or, you know, the coding of the game. They really got to make sure that's good. And I've seen mixed things so far. Visuals, people actually were pretty impressed. I know IGN focused on visuals quite a bit as well. They talked about Gotham. They talked about when you're kind of moving around Gotham that it looks, you know, pretty darn good. So that's good, right? Visuals have always been a point of contention for a lot of people. Not a lot on, again, like, and I've talked about like the main story or the even cutscenes regarding that. IGN focused on one between Nightwing and Red Hood and likened it to Guardians of the Galaxy, more like emotional kind of depth. They show the cutscene, and it's pretty okay. I really don't know if I'm sold on any of their voice acting as of right now, and it's probably just because I've seen them, again, splintered throughout. I haven't seen something very consistent because it seems like they're kind of all over the place, but we'll see how that is, you know, when the game comes out. So, you know, here's the deal. Here's what I want to say also from kind of an observing standpoint and seeing previews being done on other games, you know, in the past. This is, it's a little worrisome what we've seen because they continue to hide things, all right? And hiding things is not always a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, all right? Or I guess it's always a bad thing. But They continue to hide things, and normally when previews are mixed or if previews are outright bad, that doesn't mean the greatest thing when it comes to the final verdict of the game. Now, ultimately, by the way, if you don't care what game journalists say, and to an extent I don't either, then that's completely, you know what I mean, like none of this actually matters. These are, you know, again, for me, 6 individuals that had opinions on a game. You know, I'm not a big fan of gaming journalists in the first place. Like I said, some of the previews aren't even good at all, so I can totally get that. And I'm not saying, you know, you have to take every word that they say by gospel. I'm just saying some of the repeating things that they, you know, they said, and some things you can even notice by watching some of the preview videos that are up. You can tell some of these things that they said. But normally when things are a little bit more mixed like this, that doesn't normally indicate the game's going to get very high reviews. Now, for me, I could care less what this game gets as a review.
No,
if
I
it
haven't
gets
done
a
my
6
training
as a
grounds
review,
yet.
I'm getting the game no matter
till the end
what.
of the
I don't
week.
care if it gets a 9, if it gets a 10, if it gets a 3, right? It doesn't really matter to me. Now, ultimately, when I play it, if I think the same thing, then that's going to kind of be a problem, right? But that's an important note. Normally, and sometimes, yes, if previews are overwhelmingly positive, it's still possible the game is not perfect. It's not a perfect game. It's not going to get 10s across the board. But you do notice this thing. If you watch like Saints Row previews just a couple months, it's the closest example or the nearest example. Saints Row, it seemed like all the preview people were like dancing around issues. They didn't want to be too mean to it. They didn't want to call things out. But you could tell there were some significant problems with previewers with Saints Row. And then the game came out, right? I'm not saying this is the same thing because there's not nearly the same problems or the amount or the size of problems in Gotham Knights as there was for Saints Row. But you do notice maybe letting them off the hook a little bit, saying, well, if the game comes out and they put it all together, then it'll be good, right? When you hear quotes like that, okay, well, if they don't do it, then it's going to be an issue. Ultimately, though, this is kind of what I expected. Like, there is good in this game. There's also maybe some significant flaws. It's kind of what we've been saying from the jump. This is not going to be a perfect game. I think this is a 7 or 8 out of 10 game, and I've been saying that for years, so that's what I think the review scores.
I'm thinking it's going to be like a 7.
So that's my thoughts on it based off of their thoughts on it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Which is still good.
Subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else.
There's a video that I saw that is a Red Hood. I think it's this one.
What is happening, y'all? Cowboy here, and today we're going to be taking a look at something dropping a little bit later this month. This is Gotham Knights. Now, the premise of this game is Batman is dead, and it's up to his proteges to take over. And similar to that, it's up to this game to take over the Arkham franchise. So let's talk about it. You know, the Arkham games are no more. This is where we're going next. I've seen some excitement. I've also seen some trepidation. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be going in based on my impressions with the game. So big thanks to the folks at WB. I had about an hour and a half to play the game. 3 different snippets. This footage you're seeing right now is from the start of the game, and then they fast forwarded us a little bit, and we had a couple more abilities to work with, and we did some free roam and whatnot, side missions, and then they put us even further forward to where we had enough points to fully flesh out a skill tree, and we did a boss fight. So definitely a nice kind of slice of gameplay, getting to see the game at 3 separate points and getting a feel for, you know, not only how it starts, but also how it's going to progress. We were able to choose whoever we wanted. I played the entire time with Red Hood just because I love a good anti-hero. But let's talk about it. And there's a lot we're going to go into, not in any really particular order, simply because I'm very bad at doing editing. So I just kind of have my footage condensed into 30 minutes. I'm allowed to bring you exactly 30 minutes of footage, and we're going pretty much up to the second. And the first thing I think that we should probably talk about is the similarities and differences to the Arkham games, because I think that's probably the thing that most folks are going to be curious about. How much are they changing up the formula? You know, what is returning, what isn't.
Hollow was showed an hour.
There's quite a few things that return, and I think there's quite a few things that are also mixed up as well. So right out the gate, just in terms of similarities, we still have, you know, kind of that full city exploration. We still have some type of traversal mechanic. We have kind of our grappling gun to shoot up on top of buildings. we still have crimes that we can investigate and puzzles that we're going to be able to solve, and you know, looking for clues at a scene and whatnot. So a lot of those elements from the Arkham games still persist, and they're very true to form. They felt just like the Arkham games did. So if you like that stuff in Arkham, you know, more of it's going to be here. From what I can tell, we don't have like the bat drone type shit anymore, where we're like taking a drone and piloting it on into places. That's gone as far as I can tell. And in terms of vehicles feel much more focused on, this is to get you from point A to B. It's not, there's none of that Batmobile BS from the last game where it's like, we're gonna have a whole last mini game where you need to combat and upgrade the Bat. God, I hated that so much, you know, just none of that. We, like, for Red Hood, for example, we get a motorbike and we just zip around the city on our motorbike, and it's, that motorbike gets me from point A to point B, and that's it. You know, I can attack while I'm on it, I can do a wheelie. As far as I can tell, at least, there weren't any crazy upgrades or combat modes or anything, so I'm very thankful there personally, because I hated the Batmobile sequences, and was it Arkham Knight, I think, was the one that was so Batmobile heavy. But to talk about the combat has been changed up a little bit. You tap either X or square to do your basic attacks. You hold that button to do a heavy attack, which you can guard break. You could tap either Y or triangle to do your ranged attack, or you could hold that to do a heavy ranged attack, which you see me do a bunch of times in this fight. I didn't realize it's more of an AoE option. I thought it was actually like a beefy heavy hit, hence why I did it so much. But anyway, beyond that, we also have abilities that as we play well, we build up a gauge and we can execute those abilities. You'll see a bunch of those a little bit later in the gameplay. And then we also have ultimate abilities, which are devastating in some capacity. I know with Red Hood, at least, I had this kind of AoE ghost bullet type thing that would chain between a bunch of different characters. So a couple changes to the combat. You know, it's not as gadget heavy as the Arkham games was, but I think people will still like the combat here.
That's true.
Moving on over a little bit to the customization.
They don't have like all the crazy gadgets like Arkham Knights had.
Tower. This was before the second portion of the game got going, and you can see we have different melee weapons, different ranged weapons, different suits we can put on. So a bunch of different stats are going on, as you can see: power, health, defense. So we got a little bit of number creep happening. On top of that, we can also customize out the color scheme. We can change various parts of the outfit, how the mask is going to look, how the chest piece is going to look. There's also different iconic pieces you can put on. So like, you know, similar to how the Spider-Man game had specific suits, there are different specific Red Hood suits that you could put on. As you can see, 13 suits. Also, shout out to my boy Jason Todd, representing thick boys all over the world. We need more thick boy representation.
Hell yeah.
And, you know,
hell yeah.
My guy's doing it to us right. But anyway, moving on, characters all have a traversal. Red Hood's is a little bit weird. From my understanding, and I don't know a lot about the character other than, like, Jason Todd basically died and then came back as Red Hood. And so I'm guessing his coming back from the dead somehow explains his weird ghost portal jumps. But everyone has a different traversal. He has the ghost portals. Batgirl uses the cape. Robin can straight teleport. I don't know what that's about. And then Nightwing has a glider he can use. So everyone has a traversal, but they all have.
Seems like you can just keep doing it.
In terms of gameplay differences, each character definitely seemed like they
what did he
were
grappled
pretty distinct.
onto?
I only had chance to play with Red Hood, as I mentioned, but I did briefly go through each character and look through the skill trees. We're going to show that off a little bit later in the video, but at the end of the video, basically, we cover all 4 skill trees along with abilities and ultimates for each character. But Red Hood was kind of like a split. He had either a range tree that was very focused around building up crits and free shots and whatnot, or we had our melee tree, which was very focused around like knocking enemies down and then getting grabs and capitalizing on those grabs. Nightwing, on the other hand, had a very acrobatic and dodge focus style of play. We had bonuses where if we got multiple consecutive dodges in a row, or we finished the dodge chain, that was going to rapidly fill up our ability meter. So people that are just like, they want to avoid all forms of damage, that's definitely going to be your guy. Robin had a pretty interesting playstyle that, in terms of like gadgets, Robin's seems like it would be the closest to like a gadget-centric playstyle that you would have in this game. And then the last was Batgirl, and just based on the trees, Batgirl actually seems like she might be the strongest brawler in this game. She had some abilities that were just like basically like Batgirl beats the shit out of stuff. Like it was crazy. I was like looking at her skill tree at the end of the session. You know, we kind of had a like, is there anything you want to look at before you're done type thing. And I was looking at her skill tree, and I'm like, oh my god, she seems brutal. At the same time, you can just like go to the clock tower at any time and change between characters. So it's not like, you know, it's not like you pick one character at the start of the game and you have to stick with that character. I'm not sure if they level up separately or not. That is something I probably should have asked to begin with. But lots of different customization options is kind of the point I'm getting to. Whereas in the Arkham games, you know, I feel Batman kind of had like, oh, there's the melee style, there's the gadget style, there's the sneaky style. Now you have 4 different protagonists, each with very distinct play styles, and while all of them are going to have melee attacks and ranged attacks and abilities and ultimates, the actual approach to each of those characters is going to be pretty different. So, like the footage right now, this is from the later portion of the game, and this is a like very elemental focus, along with grappling, which was fantastic for fighting hordes of enemies, but was actually terrible in a boss fight. And right now, this is Red Hood's ultimate. You can see this thing just shoots between people and knocks them out. But so this was a pretty interesting grapple play style. The idea is anybody I got to 50%, I could grapple, and then I could attach a bomb to their chest, and then I could throw them into other people and detonate the bomb, which would cause a bunch of mini bombs to appear. So it allowed me to do some pretty insane amounts of AoE, and I definitely can kind of see it now through the bomb on the guy, throw the guy, shoot the guy, bomb explodes, and you can see all the little bombs on the ground. So I think in a multiplayer scenario, this would be pretty ridiculous because bombs will be popping up all over the place. But unfortunately, it did not work well at all in the boss fight when I was up against Harley. So I was a little bummed about that. I did ask if we can rearrange skill points, and they said yes. To be fair, I'm not sure if they understood that I was talking about respecking, and they might have thought that I was talking about rearranging skill points just in the demo. Hopefully they meant we have full respecking, because I was like, you know, can we redo everything? Can we like strip our skill points and do a different play styles we're playing? And they're like, yeah. So based on that, I'm gonna say respects soft confirmed, because I'm not sure if they understood what I was asking. But you know, that's big, because if you're playing a certain way and you don't like it, you should be able to reset. And nothing is more frustrating than when you build your character a certain way only to find out that that character sucks playing that way and that you're stuck with it. So that's nice. Talking about stuff that was a little bit odd, and one thing I noticed, and you've probably seen it kind of watching the footage so far, and this is something I actually went back and I looked at Arkham footage to confirm whether or not I was just going out of my mind, but the framing of your character in this game, it's very centralized. And I guess to clarify what I'm talking about is kind of even now as we're running, you'll notice Red Hood is very much in the center of the frame. He takes up a lot of the screen. The focus is like, this is your character. This is your character in this world. And especially in the fights, in certain fights, I feel like the camera's like right up his ass. And in the Arkham games, it was pulled out a bit, and it was a bit more over the shoulder, like up and above the shoulder. And it's definitely something that took a little bit of getting used to, and even after I felt I was used to it, I still wasn't fully happy with it, because I think a big thing with the combat in these games is the fluidity that you're attacking and dodging, and so there's, you know, you need to have a lot of situational awareness to be successful with combat in this style of game. And with the camera closer up on the character, I feel like I didn't have as much situational awareness. You know, I was more trying to figure out where attacks were coming from, and a lot of times there were attacks that were coming from off screen and I just couldn't see it, and I feel like in the previous Arkham games I would have been able to see it. So I'm hoping that maybe there's going to be like a camera adjustment or an FOV slider or something like that, just so I can pull the camera out. I actually spent some time looking around settings and a bunch of other stuff, but that is one of the things that I unfortunately didn't look for, which in retrospect I kind of wish that I had. We do have the same kind of attack and lock-on scheme that we had in the other Arkham games, where there is no hard lock-on. You just kind of, you know, point in a direction of whose ass you want to beat, and then the beating begins. So, you know, in terms of the combat flow, that's going to feel very similar. Also, just want to point out that Red Hood has some absolutely brutal grapples and finishers. Really enjoying it. I mean, he's I think the thing I like about this character is, you know, one of the things that always got me with Batman is like, no, I will not kill. And like, meanwhile, you got the Joker like, I just threw a bus of school children and lit it on fire and drove it into a garbage pit. And Batman's just like, oh, Joker, oh, you need help. There's something wrong. Meanwhile, Red Hood would just he'd be like, no, he'd just shoot Joker in the head. That's it. And I like that. I like that this is a no-nonsense character I can play. I like no nonsense, you know. It's a very, very fuck around and find out attitude. So, that is nice, you know, because like I said, to be honest, I know I'm going to get flack for this. I don't think Batman is a very good hero. Batman is literally like Jeff Bezos running around in a suit. Dude's a billionaire. He could fix every problem in Gotham, and instead he's like, ugh, I'm going to run around in my suit and punch bad guys. Like, nah, you suck, Batman. So I'm happy to move away from Batman. But anyway, we're getting off topic. Back to the game and the gameplay. So definitely a lot of flexibility in your playstyle. Let's talk about the elements, because that was interesting. I played around with this a little bit. From what I can tell, there were 5, technically 4 elements. The game shows us that we have electric, we have toxic, we have ice, and we have fire. And then we have something that's called concussive. Now, I didn't have access to concussive, or I didn't have any weapons with it in the gameplay, but the lightning as well as frost, those will build up on a target and then cause them to be stunned in place.
Equal rights, equal
when I was
fights.
asking the devs about differences, they also said that they take damage. I don't know if they meant like a burst of damage or just extra damage as I'm doing them.
He definitely has the best takedowns in the game.
Fire and toxic will cause damage over time effects. There's one of my fun abilities like that one. And then concussive, I don't know, because I hear concussive and I think stun, but I'm not sure how that would differ from frost and from lightning. So like, one of the abilities Red Hood has is this like elemental thing where it's going to enchant my fists as well as my weapons, doing more elemental damage. So you can see that right now. Got the toxic fists. She's just sitting out here, knocking everybody out, applying the toxic to them. At least I hope that's what you're going to see. I don't know if that music's going to be copyrighted or not, but we'll find out. I did hear some music that was definitely copyrighted when I was playing, which I think like half the Arkham series I have on YouTube has been deleted because of copyright music, so I'm really hoping they have like a streamer mode at launch, because you can't do it. Copyright stuff is a death sentence these days. But so yeah, there's a lot going on, you know, especially I think the biggest difference, the biggest shift from the Arkham games is going to be the addition of a gear focus.
Were you able to grapple with the other guys?
Oh, this is a pistol that does corrosive damage versus this is a pistol that does lightning damage, and they have their own separate stats and separate melee attack, or separate fists and separate gear. And you know, there's a lot going on when you start to get item creep, and I think a big part of that is the multiplayer element and the idea that they want there to be loot and something to grind towards. On that note of the multiplayer element, they told me that because I was obviously struggling on the boss fight with a grapple build Red Hood that can't grapple the boss, and they were like, oh, you know, that the fights are they're a lot better in multiplayer. You know, it wouldn't be as hard. But that is one thing I immediately noticed, is as a Let's Player and someone that was planning on playing this game solo, now I'm aware that like, oh, well, you know, there's certain builds that if I'm playing this build, I am either not going to be able to beat the boss, or I am going to beat the boss, but it's going to be a trip on the struggle bus for the entire time. And that's definitely something I'm not necessarily a fan of. Now, at the same time, I will say, you know, I could maybe set it up where when I'm exploring the world, I play as Red Hood, and then when I go against bosses, I play as like Batgirl or something, and I do a brawler build, and you know, it's designed to kill bosses or whatever the case may be. And that might be the case. Maybe that's what they're pushing for, is pull in different characters for their.
You guys, Slam, I told you we were gonna change your mind.
But it's something that I noticed that I did want to point out is, you know, I had a build and that build did not work.
The game's not perfect, but there's enough
on the note
in
of the
here.
boss
There's
fight,
enough
I am going to show a little bit of the boss fight off. The boss fight took like 15 minutes because Jesus, it was brutal.
Okay, so the boss fight was
so
hard.
Mostly skip things towards the end where like it started getting kind of good, but it was like 3 phases to the boss fight. There was an initial fight with Harley, and then she disappears. We fight some basic enemies. She comes back with more basic enemies, and then there's like a showdown at the end where she just goes through a couple different moves, and you have to keep avoiding them and looking for opportunities to get damage in. Which one thing I noticed is the damage I was doing was not comparable to the damage she was doing. Another kind of discrepancy I was having here was from the perspective of
it's better than MFR
gameplay approach. If I need to have my stick pointed at Harley.
I'm not gonna spend $1,000 on this
game.
game.
At the same time, I need to have my stick pointed in a different direction when I go to dodge.
Get one-shotted.
So there was like this stick confusion where I was like putting my stick to the right to dodge, and then I had to throw it to the left to hit Harley, and then put it to the right to dodge, and then throw it to the left to hit Harley. And it's something that could very, very easily be addressed with a lock-on button.
What up,
and
Carl?
while I don't think it was needed in the previous Gotham games, I think because we have ranged attacks, and ranged attacks typically lock onto a target, I think the lack of that is something that takes away from the ranged experience, and something that I hope they possibly consider before launch. So either way, I'm going to let the rest of this fight play out, and then the last 10 minutes of the video, we are going to be going through all the skill trees. So I'll let y'all watch the exciting conclusion, and you'll hear from me again shortly in a little bit.
I just want to see how he does against Harley, like how he plays them. So there's no like lock-on thing, right? I guess you have to face them in order for you to shoot towards them, which I don't know about that. That's pretty. That's pretty nice stuff. Yeah, $1,000 on MFR, and that's nothing compared to what some of the whales paid on that game. We're talking about over $10,000. They're still paying off from their credit cards.
Try again. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, that was pretty cool. I just turned around and shot her. And she's like, you missed me. Yeah, right, dude. Just got you right in the forehead.
So before we wrap up, we're going to be taking a look at the current ability trees in the game. I know when it comes to games like this, one of the things that I'm most curious about is how can I build my character? What type of playstyle is it going to have? And so when we got to the end of the recording session, they were like, is there anything else you want to do? I was like, you know what? Yes, there is. And so it's 10 minutes of me just slowly going through and grabbing all of these skills so that you can get screenshots, slap them on a wiki, do whatever you want with them, plan out a build. I'll also be taking a look at the momentum abilities I had access to, as well as the ultimate abilities that I had access to for each character. So I got nothing else to really say. We'll see how the game is when it comes out. I mean, it didn't exactly blow me away. At the same time, I wouldn't say it was terrible, but one thing that I kind of regret is we have such a focus here on multiplayer, and I didn't get a chance to do multiplayer. So that is going to be one of the big things for me, is I need to kind of see how that is. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below, and otherwise I'll catch y'all later.
Yeah, he's just kind of showing off right now each skill. I'm definitely going to be maining Nightwing. Red Hood would probably be the second one. Robin, though, he does actually look better. Like his combat I'm really liking him. The way Robin utilizes that stick of his. Batgirl also looks fun. They all look fun to play as, but I still think Nightwing, especially how Nightwing he has that Fortnite glider. That was the best one out of, obviously Batgirl and Nightwing have the best ones. Nightwing's looks weird, but it's better than jumping around like Red Hood or teleporting like Robin. Like with Robin's teleporting, that right there is just like, it's too long. I wish they did something else, but I'm not really liking it. Red Hood either. So yeah, I like how you can just walk up to them and then just switch. Damn, he spent 19,300 to be exact. Woo! Woo! Good God. You would think you would have your whole all your players maxed out for if you're gonna spend $19,000. Precision aim. Robin's pellet can stick to surfaces. Robin can place up to 3 sticky pallets. Sticky pallets inflict some more damage. Yeah, this is the little tiny thing that he shoots. Yeah, he's just showing all the skill trees on here. So what did you guys think? What did you guys think of all these little first-hand reviews? Their like first thoughts. We got to see all these different opinions out there. I thought we were gonna get reviews, like early reviews out. I think that they're gonna still wait on that. Maybe the embargo for the reviews, because how the demo that these content creators got was it wasn't the actual game. It was a demo, and there was a lot of stuff that was taken out. So they really didn't play. Like, there's a prologue that we didn't see, and I hope that, we see more of Batman in that. And I wonder if maybe we play as Batman in the prologue? Nah, just playing. That'd be cool, though. That'd be pretty cool. Damn, a DM from a whale who spent $42,000 on MFR. Whew. Whew. Good God. I wonder how they feel seeing the game crumbling the way it is now. I'm excited for this game, guys. I am. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited. I am pumped. Half cent, probably over 100,000. No, what? No way. That's too much. No way. I refuse to believe that. No way he spent 100,000. Like for the people that want to play as Batman, then Batgirl would be the one to go for, because she's the closest thing to Batman. Out of all the gameplay you guys saw today on the stream, who do you think you guys are gonna end up going with? You know what? We didn't see. We saw a lot of Batgirl. We saw a lot of Robin. We saw a lot of Red Hood, but we didn't even see Nightwing. But I'm glad that we saw a lot more of Robin. I am glad that we saw a lot more of Robin because he was the one that we needed more gameplay. We need to see more of Robin and seeing that teleportation, seeing his takedowns. Even though which shows us, even though he's made to be stealthy, when he starts fighting and you're using those takedowns and you're fighting at him, he's pretty decent. Lion says Robin. Yeah, Robin looked he looked a lot better than what they showed. The combat is a little slower than what we were used to. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this game is going to be like a 8, 9, 10. Definitely not a 10, but it's going to be I hope that it's like a 7. I think what's weighing this game down is the slow combat, the repetitiveness. And I still believe that the city is not that alive. It just doesn't feel like the city is alive, honestly. After all these previews, we really got to wait 2 more weeks. I know, man. And I hope that we get more. I think that this is the first day the embargo is lifted. I think that throughout the day, we're going to get more videos coming out. And then hopefully later in the week, we start getting our first like real hands-on. I think IGN came out with a video titled The Last Preview. So what? They're not going to get any more previews after that? So what's going on there? It's not the combat, it's the end game that will make this game become a dud in the long run. Exactly. Like, so what the end game is the biggest thing. We saw, me coming from a mobile Marvel Future Revolution RPG game. We know that how the end game can destroy a game. So I want to know what should we expect? We know that they're going to come out with content for years to come after the game comes out. So what is that? Like, is it going to be just suits? I hope not. I hope that they keep adding new villains, and when they add new villains, it comes with all these missions, new playable characters, like raids that gives us like better gear. But here's what confuses me though, and that is the fact that there's levels. So like you can play on easy and stuff like that, but it wasn't the point of leveling up your build, wasn't it? Shouldn't there not be any difficulty? And then just like if you're getting your ass kicked, then you need to go do more side missions and then get your gear up. That's what I expected, but seeing that you can put it on easy, I gotta know more about that.
Over the course of our month-long IGN First coverage, we saw a lot about the world and lore of Gotham Knights, the crafting and gear mechanics, the suits and customization options, but there's been one green Riddler-esque question mark surrounding the whole game up to this point. How does it play? Well, I played about 3 hours of it at a recent hands-on event, and the answer is, well, it's complicated. What's for certain, at least, is that Gotham Knights is a wildly ambitious effort that feels appropriately massive and dense.
Complicated.
To the point where even a heavily guided 3-hour demo felt like just a scratch on the surface. My demo was broken up into 4 chunks. I played the tutorial that involved following a lead on Batman's last case, then jumped into a new save to play the first chapter of Harley Quinn's multi-part villain arc, then continued with several open world challenges related to Harley's story, and to put a cap on the event, I jumped into a late game save that let me and the internet's own Destin Legary face off against Harley in the finale of her arc.
There's
and that
emotes.
leads to one of the main reasons why my takeaways from this event are complicated. Gotham Knights is a game that is centered around building up your character, setting and understanding your own skills and gear, and developing your own playstyle. something that I just didn't really get to do, since I was jumping around to different save files and trying out the different characters. Without that feeling of building up my own character and progressing through their skill tree, combat felt like it was missing a key ingredient. On a very basic level, Gotham Knights combat is built on the foundation of the Batman Arkham games, but once you get past the shallow waters, things go in very different directions. Here's where things will be familiar. You press the direction and the attack button, and your character gracefully spins, leaps, or slides towards the closest enemy for a quick strike that initiates a combo. Enemies will also telegraph their own attack with an icon that appears over them, giving you plenty of time to dodge out of the way to avoid damage. It's all super smooth, there are a ton of slick animations, and you're even rewarded for timing your button presses as opposed to just button mashing, just like in the Arkham games. And that's it. That's where the comparisons end, because everything else feels very different. Gotham Knights is much more abilities focused, with a meter at the bottom right that governs your ability to use your momentum skills. As you'd imagine, you gain meter by dealing damage and using your dodge to avoid attacks with good timing. Once you fill a bar, you can use one of your 8 equipable momentum skills for a variety of different uses. Red Hood has a close-range throw that deals a ton of damage to a single target. Robin has a holographic distraction that he can throw down to take some heat off of him and the team. Batgirl can toss out a Batarang barrage to deal a bunch of piercing damage right in front of her. And Nightwing has a cool acrobatic leap attack that lets him get the jump on an enemy from far away. There were also moments where certain momentum abilities were the key to defeating specific enemy types that were armed with powerful armored attacks. Piercing abilities beat armored attacks, for instance, so anytime I saw an enemy with a red attack warning, I had to counter with my own piercing attack, whether that was Batgirl's Batarang Barrage or Robin's Staff Spin attack. All of this sounds great, and I'm very much looking forward to the progression of getting to unlock new momentum abilities, purchase skills that synergize with them, find and craft new pieces of gear, add mods that further enhance certain effects, and find a preferred playstyle for each of my characters when the game actually comes out. My concern is how well that progression, those momentum abilities, the gear, and the deep well of customization options are going to be able to carry the whole experience, because, on a fundamental level, I found Gotham Knights combat to be very flashy, but also kind of bland. Fights quickly started to feel very routine, with very similar enemies in every encounter, to the point where I felt like I had to mix up my tactics, not because I was being forced to, but just to try to make things a little more interesting. My favorite character ended up being Red Hood, because he excelled at a hybrid style of both range and melee, which felt quite different from what everyone else was able to do. Plus, he had some neat tricks, like being able to grab an enemy, place a bomb on them, and then kick them away so you can explode the bomb with a gunshot. The other characters have their fun surprises too. They all generally control the same, which makes jumping between them very easy, but they each have their own combat/stealth focuses and playstyles that are defined by what you put points into on their skill tree. Batgirl can be built to be a single target DPS machine, or a nearly uninterruptible tank that can self-revive, or a stealthy hacker that can make herself invisible to security cameras. Nightwing can build himself to enhance his jumping abilities and deal massive critical hit damage. He can become a slippery acrobat that gets extra dodges and faster momentum meter gain, or he can be built more like a team leader designed for co-op play. Red Hood can lean more heavily into his range attacks by giving them higher crit chances and more damage. He can become more of a close-range bruiser that aims to get in and grab his opponents, or he can increase the damage he deals towards various different factions of enemies. And finally, Robin can build himself to have a game plan centered around his decoy. He can become a true Batman successor by investing in stealth skills, including Arkham game mainstays like Vantage takedowns, or he can focus on gadgetry and elemental damage. Just by glancing at the skill tree, it's easy to see that there's a lot to get excited about for each character every time you gain skill points. And that's where I'm torn on Gotham Knights. When I look at the skill trees, the locked momentum abilities, the wide variety of suits that I can unlock, and I think about going through it all with a buddy and taking on more
I'm excited for the story.
I can't help but get excited at the idea of what Gotham Knights could be. But in my playtime with this demo, things were very far off from that idealized version. Beyond combat, Gotham Knights is very impressive. The city of Gotham is absolutely gorgeous. The many different modes of traversal are all fun in their own way, whether that's by motorcycle, Batgirl's glide, Nightwing's glider, Red Hood's mystical air hops, or Robin's short-range teleportation. The Belfry seems like an awesome headquarters full of optional conversations that deepen the relationships between the 4 heroes. And you can even play Spy Hunter.
What? No. Is that true?
and the cooperative play feels extremely well implemented. Since the demo was so focused on the Harley Quinn subplot, I didn't get much of a feel for the overall story of Gotham Knights and how the Court of Owls fits into everything, but I'm very into what I've seen of the characters so far. There are great dynamics between each of them, with the standout for me being between Red Hood and Nightwing. Nightwing's trying his best to step into the role of a leader, while Red Hood finds himself struggling between his thirst for violence and his desire to honor the legacy of Batman. There's a great scene in the Belfry where Nightwing inadvertently touches a nerve by bringing up a story that sets Jason off, and you really get to see the pain and anger that Red Hood is struggling to keep under the surface.
I don't know what's worse. Having a chunk of my life taken away from me, or coming back to everyone thinking I'm gonna snap.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Jason. We shouldn't have... I shouldn't have treated you like an outsider.
It's very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque, and if Gotham Knights can pack the whole game with moments like this, then its characters will almost certainly become a highlight of the whole experience.
Yeah,
Also,
Red Hood is
just
one
so
of
you
the
know,
most
this
popular
whole
ones.
fight in the prison, it's set to a punk rock version of Livin' La Vida Loca. You know, that's the thing. Gotham Knights is not an easy game to demo, and while I walked away from my hands-on time less than impressed with many aspects of combat, I still found myself interested in playing more. We'll see how it all comes together when Gotham Knights releases on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on October 21st. For more on Gotham Knights, don't miss the first 16 minutes of gameplay, as well as Harley Quinn's boss fight gameplay.
What we haven't checked was Nightwing, which is the one that I am going to be maining.
The Rocksteady games ended with Batman dying, and this game starts with the death of Batman, so it's kind of confusing, and you would think that they're in the same universe, but it's completely separate universes. Batman's dead, and basically we are here to pick up the pieces with a bunch of the side characters that we've all grown to love over the years. Red Hood, Robin, the third iteration of Robin, Nightwing.
It's a single player, or you can play it as co-op.
Well, and I'm going to share my
So
thoughts.
far,
on
up to
gameplay
2
with you
players.
guys. So I decided to begin the game with Nightwing, Dick Grayson, the original Robin, and we enter with style, obviously. And this Robin actually kind of looks like Robert Pattinson. I thought myself.
Gotham U. What's the story so far with this professor?
Kirk Langstrom. Batman attached a half-finished file to his code black. Langstrom must have been mixed up in something bad.
Eyes open and ready for anything then.
So right away, I was super excited to hear about Kirk Langstrom because I've been watching like the animated series. I grew up with the animated series of Batman, and the first episode of the animated series was On Leather Wings, which introduced the Man-Bat. And I was really hoping that we were gonna have a Man-Bat, but not spoil. Okay, spoilers. There isn't a Man-Bat, but you'll find out why very, very soon.
So we got a positive ID on this faculty dude, Kirk Langstrom.
Right. I'll call it in on the way to the morgue.
Wait, so you're not going to main Batgirl anymore? What about the badass?
Because he dead. He dead.
Don't get me wrong, Batgirl has some cakes. She's got some cakes.
So they did a really amazing job.
I just want to
even though
try
this game
Nightwing.
isn't set in Arkham, like it still has like those Arkham vibes to it.
Crap.
But once again, completely separate
Bad
universes.
news. Langstrom is dead. Any idea where I can find his office?
Langstrom's dead? Oh, hold on. Just checking GU's website. Here we go. His office is on the 3rd floor in Molten Hall.
Thank you.
Let's just zips our way into the 3rd floor Molten Hall here.
The balcony doors are open. That's my way in.
Man, Batman the Animated Series is like the golden age of cinematography in an animated
Here we
series.
go.
It's still the best in my personal opinion. But so as we enter
Cop
this
didn't spend much
office,
time here. Langstrom must have died somewhere else.
What's GOTG?
The game
I'm
does
confused.
have detective-esque investigations, kind of like in the original games. So
these marks are suspicious. I wonder what made them.
We literally follow the breadcrumbs to where we need to go.
Oh,
so we gotta
Guardians
do a
of the
little bit puzzle
Galaxy.
solving once we get into
Guardians of the
office.
Galaxy was good.
I feel like this might turn into something.
I wish they had
You
like
dropped
a
it.
mod where they
breaking
made
into
him
a
look
lab.
like the actors from the movie.
did love a good break-in.
That's the only thing that I had that was against it.
Excuse me, that was you. I'll see if there's anything else to this lead. Stay safe.
You too.
So this game,
Yeah, I only played it
was
once,
made
but it was
by
definitely,
WB Montreal. They are.
This is a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. They were the studio that was
This is
behind
when Langstrom
the
died.
Arkham Origins
You'd think
game,
the GCPD would still be all over this lab.
which had mixed reactions. Most people would agree they weren't as good as the Rocksteady-led ones, even though they kind of followed the same storyline.
Looks like Langstrom was attacked at his workstation. He lost a lot of blood. He tried to get away, and then the attacker pinned him to the wall. Brutal.
Yeah, brutal.
Langstrom spent his final moments crawling toward that cabinet. Why didn't he try to leave the lab?
So we're gonna get detective here. We need to find the passcode to open the secret entranceway.
Holy crap, it's a hidden door. What were you hiding, Dr.
We're all gonna know the passcode by the time this game comes out, like just by memory. Wasn't it like 277 or something like that?
One thing during my play session that I would have liked if the camera was just pulled out just a tad bit more, just so I could have more depth of the world, especially when you're in the open world, and especially when you're in like these intimate quarters. If they would just like pull the camera back just a tad bit, I thought the experience would be a little bit more enjoyable. But yeah, we had to try to find
The thermostat could definitely double as a keypad.
connect the clues here. The solution is connecting the notebook to the microwave. The notebook has a 3-digit
Langstrom
code.
made specific note of these dates. And now I will too. If this movie meant something to Langstrom, the release date could be significant.
So the solution to this puzzle is you connect a 3-digit code on the notebook and enter it on the microwave. In the interest of
Yeah,
time,
you're
we're
right.
just
That game
gonna
did get an
skip
8.
to when I actually do solve it, just so we can
just,
keep going here. Don't want to spend too much time here.
But before that game came out with the whole previews and stuff like that, it was always positive and it was always looking like it was going to be a good rated game. This game has
Now we
different
got
opinions.
to see the doctor's dirty laundry here.
And I understand why some people are worried.
Well, this is something.
Because even when when the devs finally give their let other people get their hands on it, it's not the
That
full
meant the
product.
professor was researching
Like
some
they
really
tempered
sketchy
with it.
stuff.
Look at Nightwing's butt. That's America's
Langstrom's
ass.
desk. What's this? That's a hard drive. Might have some
Nightwing got
answers.
cakes too.
Better get this
Shit.
back to the Belfry.
Okay.
Hey, I think I'm done here. Cops cleared out quick.
That's not the reason why I'm maining him,
Marks
just so
on
you
the
guys know
walls,
that.
And a hidden
I think
lab
that he has good gameplay.
with an even more hidden hard drive.
Great! Can't wait to get my hands on it.
So you can probably tell by the voice acting. Once again, it's not the same universe.
As long
the
as it's not
Rocksteady
connected to
games,
that more. Oh, I know,
and
man.
They've completely gotten a new voice cast. None of the original characters, voice actors, for better or for worse, are
Fire
returning.
alarm. Did someone see me?
And we get a little bit introduced to the combat as well, which is completely revamped. So I rewatched some of this footage afterwards, and I was kind of cringing at my gameplay just because I went in expecting Arkham style combat, and there are some similarities, but there are also a lot of differences as well. So the tried and true press triangle or Y to do a counter. If you see an indicator above the enemy's head, is gone now. Now
I love one and dones. Every game doesn't need a game.
You just have perfect
game.
dodges.
That's true. And I don't think this is fully a game as a service. That's a game. That's why this game's not free to play.
Turn off the damn fire alarm up there.
You still have some stealth mechanics as well, but another thing that's also changed is now, because in the previous Arkham games, the more you hit
from burning this place to the ground.
Yeah, all those games.
The more
are
that
good.
you hit enemies, you unlock combo takedowns, and that's gone now. Now they have a system in this game called momentum, which basically allows you to use special abilities, but unlike in the Arkham games, where most of the combo finishers instantly knock the enemies out, this one they're not nearly as powerful.
Make sure you guys hit that like button. Helps out the
Which is,
stream
I think, a
channel
good thing
lot.
because it makes the combat a little
You're
bit
enjoying the content.
more difficult.
Subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
By the end of the Arkham games,
with Gotham
once
Knights
you really got
content.
the down big gameplay, it was kind of too easy, I thought. So them making it
We're
so
gonna
the
be covering
combos
this
didn't
game.
instantly knock out the enemies just makes it just
the way I covered MFR.
It makes it a little bit more intimate. It makes the combat a little bit more engaging.
Are the fumes getting to you, buddy?
But you can see they still heavily borrow a lot of mechanics that Rocksteady developed. And even though we're playing the majority of this first half of this episode as Nightwing, I do get into Batgirl as well as Red Hood gameplay. Didn't have enough time to get into Tim Drake's Robin, just because literally just ran out of time, even though I got to play for 2.5 hours. But each character felt very unique to itself, and they felt very fun to play. My only critique is that when we get to the Red Hood gameplay, his auto aim with his guns are a little bit off, and they can just
love being right.
he can sometimes just shoot at nothing for a bit. But I'll show you that when we actually get to that gameplay.
Okay, so
but
this is like the third person that said that Red Hood's like auto aim is not really
other
working
than
properly. Or
that
I don't know if that's
part
what they
of
intended.
The Red Hood gameplay being a little bit awkward with his ranged combat, all the other characters felt really good to play, which is probably
127 is the code
part of this game.
You're gonna know it's 127.
I really enjoyed the combat.
I knew there was a 7 and a 2 in there.
Also, there's a lot of intimate moments between all the characters.
Better make this quick.
The 4-bit characters, which we'll get into when we actually get to those moments. But yeah, it was really, as a Batman fan, it was really nice to see like these kind of like close, endearing moments of the story that play out.
Yeah, if they bring in future DLC and then the new DLC is really like tough, and you need to build up your guy to be able to compete,
area. And
that's what would keep the game going.
I found also in the Arkham
but I don't
games,
understand because they're letting you actually switch it down to
there was a lot of
easy.
you had the option to do it completely stealth. As you can see here, I was looking at to see if there's any way I could just literally just take all these guys out without being seen whatsoever. And I don't think. Wow, got hit right there, just got smacked. Once again, this is where I'm like trying to still. I'm trying to like react. Like I'm thinking like it's Arkham combat, and I just hit triangle to automatically counter, but it's not like that at all. So I just gotta. Once I move past that a little bit, then it gets a little bit better. Especially
I think
when
we're all
get to
gonna
the final boss fight of this game that I got to check out. My game
suffer from the same thing. Like we're gonna be pressing buttons like we think it's Arkham Knights.
I know you're cringed out by watching it. I myself am also cringed out by watching it, so I'm right with you.
Unbelievable.
Basically, what I think is a lot of the stuff that you were able to exploit to make the game easier in the Arkham series, they've completely removed in this game. So it's more engaging combat the entire time.
Let's see if you'll break too.
Get to safety. Go.
So we got the prototypical bruiser with a shield. pretty simplistic. We need to use the heavy attack to just stagger him a little bit, which will open up his combos. Hey, dodge, guys! Guys. I can dodge. And you basically just hammer away. And just keep chipping away at his health. Obviously, this becomes a lot faster once you get more abilities. You unlock more strong abilities. Oh, another dodge. I'm so good at this game. No, not really, but anyways. Yeah, it becomes less of like a slog fest and less of like a bullet sponges when you unlock more abilities. But obviously this is early on in the game, so we don't have a lot of this unlocked. So we just literally, and it's also a tutorial level, right? So we're just kind of like punching away here. And is down for the count.
Fire and paramedics inbound. You okay over there?
Yes.
Just a lot going on tonight. I'm head back now with Langstrom's hard drive. Finally.
Yes, I am fine there, Deadpool. Looks like Deadpool. So a big contention of the final Arkham game was the forcing of the the Batmobile everywhere. It's not as in your face in this time. We can actually, anytime we hit the streets to traverse around the city, we can summon this beauty right here, the Batcycle, in all its amazing glory. Listen to her purr! So, the central hub in this game is called the Belfry.
Coming back to the Belfry now. Hope you guys are ready.
Hurry up. I want to see what you got. Wait here.
So the Belfry is the central hub of the game. At the end of the night, you'll always return to it to just kind of close out the night. And it'll be a lot of times you're gonna basically where you end missions, and then you also have those kind of intimate moments with the other cast members as well that I talked about a little bit earlier. It's one of the best parts of the game, in my personal opinion. It's just like the interaction.
Yeah, you can switch out the
you get to play as, and you can swap to the
game difficulty,
anytime that you want.
Which is weird.
Into one specific story or one
you can play on
specific
easy,
character for the
like
entire
literally.
game, which is really nice. Then biometrics, and they pretty much play exactly how you would expect they would based on how they look. If you want, from what I gather, if you want the closest experience to playing as the original Batman, that would probably be the combat of Batgirl. But they all feel great to play except for that weird thing that the Red Hood has a little bit with his guns that I will get back to a little bit later. But let's go have a team meeting.
Drive from Langstrom's lab.
Do we have any idea?
Once we can get at the data, we can figure out what our next move is.
In this game, Barbara can walk.
I'm going out. I'm not gonna sit and wait for whatever this shit is.
We're waiting for intel, Jason. Once we have it, then we'll go.
Move. I'm gonna solve this case my way.
Move.
Stop it! He wanted us to work this together.
Whatever. That's making this harder than it has to be, kid.
Alright, so we're going to access the back computer here. The back computer is basically where we can check out
We've
our
already
case
seen that like
files,
4
our
times.
story of the game, what we need to do next. We also can set our abilities as well as our momentum abilities. So once again, the momentum abilities replace the combo finishers that were in the Arkham series. But unlike the combo finishers in this game, you don't actually just have to proceed with just not getting hit. You just build up your momentum bar by just dishing out damage. It doesn't rely on you at all not getting hit and trying to be basically a god. You still get to build up your momentum with every single punch or hit that you land. And this is the training facility that allows you to test out your newfound abilities as well as momentum abilities. And it has a little nugget right here. Oh, daddy!
Physical and mental preparation go hand in hand. Here, we can train the mind to prepare the body, but it requires deep focus. Let go of your self-doubt and focus on my voice.
Hopefully, I wonder if we can see the front of him.
Listening to that monologue by itself as well. I'm not a huge fan of training simulations, but
you know they gotta add him in the game.
That one scene made it all worth it. So, based on combat, build up momentum by just hitting other characters, and then you hit RB, and then you can access one of the abilities you have. The only one we have right now is the Talons ability, and like I said earlier,
I'm thinking about getting it on PC.
Batman games, the combo finishers don't instantly take out enemies. They just
I wasn't getting on PS5,
do a
but
decent
now
amount
with
of
the
damage
new,
of what you would expect.
The new PC that I have, I think I'm gonna get it on PC now.
Simulation is the exit, the ending. You'll see in a second. A little too early. So the dodge mechanic basically replaces the counter mechanic, which was a little bit overpowered. I remember like when the Batman combat system came out, everyone loved it so much, and like every game started doing it as well. I think like the Uncharted series stole it, and then in the next Uncharted game, you just saw it everywhere. So it's nice to
expect no less.
Daddy's approval. Daddy's approval. Oh, that was worth it. Getting.
You guys getting a little too excited here.
That.
So Harley contacted Batman using, I don't know, a homing pigeon and a USB drive, and that's how we got this video.
Babs, help? Do we think it's legit? Bruce never talked to me about it.
City looks very much alive to me.
Criminals,
I gotta check more out of the city.
Yeah, it's not you two.
Maybe the part that they're in
also
this
not
game
crazy to
demo
think that Harley made
is
this
just
up.
not doesn't look like it's that alive.
And we'll know.
I just gotta see more.
Hiya, Betsy. Been a while. It's weird, because I heard a rumor that you were dead.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I got what you wanted. Hope that ain't what got you dead. So come visit me at Blackgate. Ooh.
Wait, hasn't Harley Quinn been out of Gotham ever since, you know, her ex?
Killed me? Is that what you meant? Rumor has it she did some government thing. Went straight-ish. She's got something.
Then we go find Harley. Now.
So that obviously was not Tara Strong as Harley Quinn.
The evidence board has been updated.
But she does a pretty admirable job at it. So we're gonna do a character swap here. So we're gonna switch over to
Harley may be out of her mind.
Batman
but it's a
smashed
brilliant
Batgirl, the
mind.
Killing Joke movie?
She helped a lot of people before she got
What?
sidetracked.
Yeah, but why would she help Batman? Or us?
Bruce always tried to give criminals a chance to rehabilitate. Maybe she was thinking about going legit. For all of 2 seconds.
Did he just switch to Batgirl? It looked like he did.
This is like a monument to Batman. from what I can gather, each character has a moment at this shrine here, and they take that moment to reflect and use it as inspiration to kind of change their outfit.
What is that, like his underwear?
Abilities. I only saw the one after this with the red hood.
Yeah,
I'm
she a freak.
All the other characters have one as well.
Went to the lucky draws.
And this unlocks Batgirl's gliding ability, basically.
The Killing Joke. What are you guys talking about? You guys talking about the comic book, which I do agree was fire, or the movie? Because I don't know if the
as
movie
great at
was
the
as
beginning
good
of the
as
game
the
because
comic.
you lack the ability to propel yourself up with the grappling gun, but I'm assuming that'll probably come a little bit later.
I know what you mean, Carl.
We are gonna go into the city, and then we are gonna head to Blackgate and visit Miss Quinzel and basically do a main mission. So I am going to leave you guys here now. In the next episode, we will head to Blackgate. We will continue the game. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna basically show you guys everything that I played, and then
City looks amazing
though.
Look at that.
I will give you guys my final thoughts.
The neon lights
what
is
my
complimented.
impressions are of the game thus far. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I will see you guys in part 2 of my early impressions of Gotham Knights. And I am which made me very, very excited for this game because it was off my radar completely, and I'm very excited now. So that's the nicest thing you can say after playing games that you want to play more. So yeah, enjoy the rest, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Better you than nothing, I guess.
Hello? What? Did Hollow come out with another one?
Upcoming Gotham.
Hold on, let me check something out. Let me check something out real quick. Oh. He had, okay, so he came out with a video. Hollow came out with a video that was an hour long, and from everybody else was saying that you're only allowed to show 30 minutes. And I was like, well, Hollow must have got special treatment because his video was an hour long. Now that video is nowhere to be seen. We literally saw that video in the beginning of the stream. And now he re-uploaded it, and now it's 30 minutes long.
Upcoming Gotham Knights. So last week I played this game for about 2.5 hours, and although I cannot share everything with you guys, I must say that I really enjoyed myself playing this game. And for those of you who were fans of the previous Arkham Batman games, I think you guys will find some similarities with this one when comparing it to the previous Batman Arkham games.
Yeah,
I think a lot of you guys are going to be in
HDR.
for a treat.
Yep.
I found it to be better than I was expecting it to be completely honest. And I had a blast. Again, I cannot share everything with you, but I'm happy to say that we have about an hour of gameplay that I could share. So sit back, relax. Please let me know down in the comments your thoughts and opinions. I'm really intrigued on this one and to see what you guys think. And of course, a huge thank you to WB Games for inviting me to get early access and gameplay for you guys. So
I think they told him to take down that video because it was over an hour long.
We're just gonna get straight into it. We've got the 4 main characters to choose from. We've got Robin. So the character proficiencies for Robin is Stealth Specialist, Tactical Genius, and the Bow Staff Prodigy. Okay, then we've got the Red Hood, who is a Brute Strength, Powerhouse Brawler, and a Master Marksman. We've got Batgirl, who's an Expert Hacker, tough as
We've already watched this gameplay, so we've watched the full 1 hour gameplay. He came out with an hour worth of gameplay, and then he took it down, and he re-uploaded it. Now it's only 30 minutes because it seems like they only were allowed to do 30 minutes. He did an hour, so I guess they told him, they hit him up, they're like, hey, You're only supposed to do 30 minutes. What are you doing showing an hour worth? So he's like, oh, let me fix that. Wait, there's a Hollow 2.0. Did he put it?
Civilization.
Nope, there's nothing there. That video's gone.
Upcoming.
But the one that we haven't seen.
Games for sponsoring this video and let me play this game. Oh my God! Dash, calm down. Okay, listen. Before I even go into it, and we.
God damn, this guy's energy. I think either two people. I don't know if we're gonna be able to watch this video. I mean, there's you know, some people enjoy content like this. For me, it's like, shit, man, calm your ass down. I'm like the guy at work. Like, if somebody's talking to me like this at work, I'm annoyed. Because I'm like, you're too energetic at work right now. You're going, like, what's on? Like, my guy, what's going on here? I've never heard of this guy before. Well, how long have we watched it? Has it been 30 seconds? We'll see if we can watch this video.
Start playing. Okay, Dash, catch your breath. I'm very excited. Look at my hands. Matter of fact, let me catch my breath. And voiceover Dashy got some stuff he want to tell y'all. Voiceover Dashy, do your thing, my boy. You look good. Yo, good looking out, regular Dashy. You look good too, my boy. Now listen, Gotham Knights is a brand new open world third-person RP. Check this out. Chilling. Y'all say what? Gifted acrobat, rapid combos, and a scrimmer stick expert. Bye. We're gonna switch it over to Tim Drake, Robin. Okay, stealth specialist. Tactical genius, bow staff prodigy. I see him. Then we're going to switch it right up to Red Hood, brute strength, powerhouse brawler, master marksman, and last but not least, baby girl, Batgirl, expert hacker, tough as nails. Oh, I get it, like nails. You know, like if you get your nails dead, they tough. Okay, she didn't like that joke. She just literally said, nope, that was not it.
Yeah, it's definitely.
All right, my boys. Okay.
We tried, guys. We tried. Damn. Love the thumbnail, though. That's some creativity right there.
Hey there, everybody. It's Jesse, and I was lucky enough to get a chance to play Gotham Knights last week, the open-world action RPG Batman title where
the other guy was way
Batman
too much.
is dead. Thankfully, you've got multiple characters you can choose from in the Bat family, as you can see. And hey, you can even play co-op if you want. What you're about to see was recorded at an event, so no voiceover. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm allowed to show you 30 minutes, so I'm going to show you the best 30 minutes I can. I start with Nightwing and do some investigation, and then we jump to Batgirl.
You know, he definitely got some people, you know, during COVID, he got a lot of people with COVID. You know, he was spreading that shit. You know, he was spreading that shit. You had to, people had to stay more than 6 feet away for that dude. Oh, he also plays Nightwing, so that's good.
Kirk Langstrom.
The cops didn't spend much time here.
He's not commenting.
Langstrom must have died.
And the reason why I was watching all these videos, even though it's like pretty much they're playing the same thing, was to get their opinion. I don't think he's talking now. Yeah, he's definitely a super spreader. Holy shit.
All I have is dead end so far.
I think that's the dude. There's a video on TikTok where he's like,
you'd like it.
I think that's the dude that puts
Always did love a good break-in.
man, what is it?
Even that night you accidentally tripped the alarm?
Excuse me, that was you.
What is that thing that you put on your hand? It kills all the germs.
Stay safe.
Oh my god.
You too.
I can't believe it. What is it called? Somebody in the chat. The boy needs a Hannibal Lecter mask. Exactly. Damn it, it's right there. Sanitizer. There it is. God damn, I wasn't gonna get it.
This is where Langstrom died. You'd think the GCP.
It's a video. I think that's the dude where he's like, he puts sanitizer in his hand. He's like, all right, so
like
if this sanitizer kills 99% of the germs in your hand, He's like, all right, see, 99% are just dead. So there's 1% left of germs in your hand, right? And then he goes, he gets a sanitizer, and he's like, now if you put the sanitizer again, now that 1%'s dead. Now you just eliminated 100% of germs. I think that's the dude.
Crap.
I remember I was like, oh shit, man. My mind was blown. I was like, yeah, you're right. That is 100% now. So he's got to use it twice. Oh, man.
A phone number.
He's a perfect guy to market Perel sanitizer. That
could be something.
Yeah. Because he needs to have
If this movie meant something to Langstrom.
What's the access code, guys? Come on. Remember? Wasn't it 127? Access code is 127.
Langstrom made specific note of these dates. And now I will too.
We've seen this so many times that we should know it. 127. Is it 127? It's 127. There it is. The gas code? The pass code. The gas code. The pass code is 127.
Might be remote access to the door.
Well, by the time this game comes out, we won't even need to do all that. We just like, bam, 127.
Like
we already know it, guys.
Maybe it's for more
Off
than
to a
just
good
late
start.
night burritos.
He's like, why would he have a microwave? In low key, I would literally have a microwave in my area.
The thermostat could definitely double as a keypad.
It would save a walk. Like if I would just have like
me
a
again.
freezer.
If you're wondering, Jesse, what were you
Jesus
thinking
fucking
during
Christ,
this part?
dude? Jeez, that scared the shit out of me.
Basically, I was trying to figure out if the codes lined up with certain things. So obviously, the 3-digit code is with the microwave, and then I have this longer code that could go with the tablet or whatever. And I was trying to figure out if I need to do all of them or just one, and you'll see.
That did it. Let's find out what secrets this guy was keeping. Well, this is something.
Oh man.
Batman's dead professor was researching some real sketchy stuff.
Ah, the shark. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I'm just saying.
Langstrom's desk.
Wherever that is.
Fun fact time. Did you know they built Blackgate on top of an old colonial-era fort?
Right. I remember reading about that. What are you thinking?
I studied the architectural plans and found some oddities. There may be an entrance to the west.
Good to know. I'll head over there now. Belfry, I'm in. Time to find Harley.
The X on her map corresponds to cell block 3, past Nexus processing. But guards have withdrawn their patrols from that block.
Meaning it's anything goes in there. Got it. I'll tread carefully.
done yet.
It's always the same voice.
Smashy, smashy, smash. I gotcha. You need an instant circles around her.
Look at them cakes.
Is that Harley on the PA? Party balloons and a riot? Harley can't be far.
Well, well. If it isn't Batgirl. You here for a chat? Just us girls. I got ice cream.
Oh yeah, that's definitely why I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Was it too much to ask for you to visit earlier?
You have some information for Batman. What is it?
Wait a second. This means that Bats is dead. For real? Well then. He asked me to profile some criminals. On account of me being a brilliant psychiatrist.
With the added experience of being an actual criminal.
Hey! I am not a criminal! I'm misunderstood.
No more games, Harley. Show me what you've got.
Sounds good, man. Yeah, just hit me up.
Everything.
Thanks for coming by.
Is in this book. But I'm missing my piece de resistance. I need you to follow up on this here card. That'll make it perfect.
Or you could just give me the whole book.
It should be down in records. Okay? Bye.
Taking orders from Harley Quinn. Yeah, this is definitely what I studied library sciences for. Oh yeah, you're in trouble now.
You're gonna regret. How did you get in here?
Don't keep me waiting.
You mean no one's gonna stop us? The guards got their hands full, and I heard Batman ain't doing nothing no more. Possibilities are endless.
Surprise.
I thought you were supposed to be good at this.
That's... Well, look who's here.
Relax, Interesting.
I don't have a lot of patience anymore.
Aha. This must be what Harley was looking for. Harley. Ah. You're back. Am I done running errands?
Gimme. Now, how will I get this to you? Wait. I know. Ta-da!
You really can't ever do anything the easy way, can you, Harley?
All available guards to red block.
Play nice. Of course. No other way but through.
You ready for the pop?
What now? Now, what part of this did Batman actually ask for? Huh.
All right, my bad, guys. My bad. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream, guys. That is, we took a glimpse at different opinions from different content creators. I wanted to see what different content creators thought, and it seems like there's optimism. You know, like there's different opinions out there. I think one that we can all agree on, that the combat is definitely slower. It's different. There's no gadgets. You need like little health med kits to heal up. We're seeing a lot of repetitiveness. The story, though, the Court of Owls story, I think is still going to be really good. I think that's one biggest thing that this game's going to have going for it, is the fact that the story is going to be good. And then there's 3 villains, side villains. You know, Mr. Freeze, Batgirl. I mean, not Batgirl. A plot twist. Harley Quinn and Clay. I forgot his name. Clayface. Clayface. I think that's what his name is. 3, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more, and I'm excited to see who else is going to be. If it's just 3, then that's a problem. That's a problem. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more than 3. I hope that it's a lot more than 3. You know, more than 6. I just want them to be all these crazy villains out there. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, check out. I saw some stuff in there that made me believe that Black Mask, I have a video for that one. Another one made me believe that Hush is also being teased, and check out that video as well. But also, if you guys are not subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe, because I'll be covering this game, and I'm excited for it. We got 2 weeks to go, guys. 2 weeks to go, and we're hopefully going to get a lot of more information. I'm loving dissecting all these little tiny bits and videos and looking through all these videos, trying to find any clues. I'm loving that. If you guys are loving that, let me know in the comments down below. Also, comment down below who you guys are going to be maining. But until then, man, I'll catch you guys next time, all right? You guys take care.